All right. It is Saturday morning. We're actually Saturday afternoon. Shout out to you guys that are an hour ahead of us. This is Andrea and Andrea's Love Crossing Borders. We got a great episode tonight, today. We will be doing an interview with a good friend of the channel. Our girl, Paola Sands, will be here at 11 o'clock. But before that happens, we already know we're going to give the shout out. Shout out to you guys that are working right now. You know your boss is nowhere around because it is Saturday. So we know your boss is not doing anything. And we know that it's Saturday and you're not doing anything. So at the end of the day, you're here with your boy. Once again, on a Saturday afternoon, we're doing interviews. Shout out to you guys being here. First person I want to give a shout out to is my man, the Black Nubian in the building. The Canadian boy is at it again.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, oh, Canada.
Shout out to you being here, brother. I appreciate you once again.
I told this guy where I was from. He said, oh, Canada.
All right, let's continue on with these shout outs this morning. You know what? It's kind of funny. Since Austin Holloman was here last night, I have an appreciation for our studio. Not too many brothers have the studio set up like a true studio, and so I appreciate Austin's little input and his desire to have his own studio now that he's seen ours. So shout out to Austin Holloman. That was great having him on the live stream last night, and we will be having other surprise guests pop up here in the studio, especially during the Afro-Colombian Festival this August. Once again, if you've ever wanted a consultation or ever planned on coming to Cali, Colombia, I'm letting you guys know. If it were me, I would be coming to Cali, Colombia, August 14th. Actually, I would say the 12th, but the 14th through the 19th is the Afro-Colombian celebration here in Cali, Colombia. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a great time. Over 300,000 brothers and sisters from around the world show up for this celebration. So a lot of guys are going to be coming down. We got Obsidian Ali coming down from Philly. You got my boy Austin. He's going to be back here. You got my uncle who's going to be here. You've got Theo Waff, he's going to be here. So quite a few individuals are going to be here that you'll get a chance to meet, including Andrea and Andrea will be here as well. Shout out to you guys being here. Let's get ready to continue on with the shout out. My man EMB is in the building. Shout out to you being here, my brother. Glad that you're here. And them Detroit boys are at it again.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Shout out to Bo 85 being here as well. But let me scroll back up because my man Crawford is in here. Kevin Crawford of the Crawford family. He said, good morning, Andre, and good morning to Paola. I remember the first interview I saw Paola with the other content creator. Yes, sir, several months ago. Great then and great now. Shout out to you again in regards to that. Oh yeah, we got some good music going. Avengers Assemble. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to you. And make sure you guys click that like button. We got 34 people in the building. We already know if we click that like button.
Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth, yeah. Oh yeah.
Shout out once again to my man Don, aka the Don J. He is in the building once again. Good morning, Andrea, and Paola. He says, good morning to all in the chat. Chat lives matters. Once again, chat lives matters. Shout out to the chat. He said, I'm breaking hearts in the gym this morning, and I'm out of here. Monk mode, activate. Yeah, I'll be heading to the gym once I get done with this live stream. Today, I'll be heading out to the gym. Yeah, got to get it in. Today is Saturday leg day. Don't let friends miss leg day. It's going to be a painful one. Shout out to my man Jarrell in the building. Once again, how is everyone? I hope everybody's having a great day. I'm having a good one. And I know you're having a great one because if you have no other reason to have a great day, it's because you got your passport. And shout out to my man David Dice of the Dice family. And David says, Andre's the hardest working brother. Out currently live stream last night too. Them Detroit boys different.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with us. You know us Detroit boys. We work first shift, second shift, third shift. We have no problem. This is what we do. I come from roll up your sleeves, pull up your boots country. I come from the area of the world where we clock in, clock out just to clock back in country. I come from the part of the country where we have 30-minute lunch breaks when it only gives us 15 minutes of lunch breaks. What's an hour lunch break to those of us from the Midwest? Shout out to them Detroit boys one more time.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Don't play with the Detroit boys. You know how we act. You know how we act. Once again, my man EMB. Buenos dias, mi amigo. Buenos dias. I'm glad that you're here today. Oh man, we got Mr. Celebrity in the building. My man, Chopper Pie TV. Make sure that you guys subscribe to Chopper Pie TV. Chopper Pie, do me a favor, brother. If you could drop the link to your channel so the rest of us can join. We got 42 people in the building. That means 42 individuals have the opportunity to watch your channel in Brazil. Shout out to you, brother. This is a brother that used to live in DR at one point in time. Now he's out in Brazil for the last year plus, and he is doing some amazing things out there. I'm going to have to get Chopper Pie back on the show to get an update on how things are going out there with him and what things that he recommends for guys that are coming down the turnpike. The cologne of the day. Cologne of the day is Imperium, sorry. That's the cologne of the day, Imperium. And Imperium is a clone of, and this is Fragrance World. If you ever wonder where to get it from, Imperium is like $40-50, and it's an exclusive from Fragrance World, right? Very masculine citrus smell. Very get up in the morning, you just having a great day, you're fresh out the shower, bada bing, bada boom, you're smelling good. Man, that smells really good. And it is very, very masculine. Doesn't have a woody scent at all, but it is very good. And it is a clone of Elysium. Elysium is like $300-400. And in some parts, you'll go charge about $450. It is also called Creation E. So if you ever hear Creation E or Elysium, well, Imperium, the bottle looks just like it. It's I kid you not, it's set up just everything about it. But the fragrance is a nice clone of it. It's not a one of one, but from what I'm hearing, it's a 90% to 95% accuracy when it comes to the fragrance. So instead of paying $400 for a fragrance, you know what you can do with that $400? You can travel with it, because you already know, since you got a
Can't you see I got a passport?
you got a passport, so you already know you're not about to spend $400 on a cologne. You can spend like $30-35 on a nice cologne. Once again, that is Imperium. There we go, Imperium right there. All right. Shout out to Cologne of the morning. All right. And once again, shout out to Papa Chopper Pop being in the building. My man, World of Sean Wildcats back in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Stop that masked man. Mom, stop that masked man with the $5 super chat. Shout out to you, brother. He said, we in the building, bruh. Bring that fire. Yes, sir. Once again, our guest, Paola Sands. She will be here today. I've got a list of questions for her. So in regards to what's taking place in Colombia, for example, you guys have been knowing, and even Skylar, one master teacher, had already announced, as well as others, had announced that the mayor of Medellín is looking to put a ban on short-term Airbnb rentals. This is not the only city. We're going to look this up and let you guys see there are other cities around the world Yes, other cities around the world that are looking to do and have already done the exact same thing. So it is not foreign. Yeah, people are coming for Airbnb like they came for Uber a couple years ago. Remember that? Everybody came for Uber. Yeah, they're coming for Airbnb too. Hey guys, do me a favor. Let me know that if my mic sounds good this morning. My mic sounds nice. Check 1. My mic sounds nice. Check 2. Let me know how my mic sounds this morning, guys. Shout out to my man Blizzard Abroad. I like that name. Blizzard Abroad in the building with the $5 super sticker for the love of the game. Just say, you know what? I ain't got nothing to say, Dre. I ain't got nothing to say. Shout out to you, brother. And my man Evan H in the building. Bring that beat back. That's some early morning beats. Wake you up on your way to work, on your way to the gym, on your way to lunch break. I got your backs, brothers, on Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon. Evan H says, he said, Medellín is the only city in Colombia that I've been to so far. I want to give Bogota and Barranquilla a chance. You will really, really like both cities. Bogota is a sleepy city outside of the festival. Now, the festival in February, you can't beat it. Bogota Festival is the world's largest Latin-speaking festival. I'll say it again. There is no festival that celebrates that week for a week long and have so many people come from around the world. It's the world's largest Latin-speaking festival. The world's largest Portuguese-speaking festival is the ones that are in Brazil and in Brazil. And they have a major Portuguese-speaking festival in Portugal as well. But Brazil is like the largest one in the world for everybody. So shout out to them. But as far as Bogota, you really like Bogota. We just got back from Bogota, so I got some footage that I'm going to be dropping in regards to some great places to eat. We did a walkthrough throughout Bogota. Man, it is really, really nice. If you enjoy the big city, that big city Chicago life, that big city New York feeling, that big city Dallas or LA feeling, that is 100% Bogota, and you can tell why it is the 20 or 21st largest city in the world. Yes, sir. Shout out to you, brother, for the $9.99. My man Mac is in the building. They let him back in. Shout out to my man Mac. He says, we'll be back in Medellín for 2 months starting in April. Can't wait. Can't wait. Countdown. I do not blame you, brother. I do not blame you. I told you the only thing that turned me off in Medellín was the tourists. There's just too many foreigners, man, from around the world in Medellín. Can't do it. But as far as Medellín itself, beautiful. Just beautiful city. Yes, sir. Shout out to my man Michael in the building. He says, see you next month. Countdown, Mike. I'll see you next month here in Cali, Colombia. Let me know when you come through, brother, because we're going to have some drinks or go out to get something to eat or something, bro. And let me know when you're coming through. Definitely. Because remember, for a week, I'll be in Cleveland. So let me know when you're coming through next month. Johnny Blaze in the building. Shout out to you, Johnny. What up, though, coach? We make much love to you and Andrea and the lovely Paola. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll spread the love, man. I'll spread the love. Shout out to my man, Professor. Shout out to Professor, man. I ain't seen you in a while, man. Shout out to you, man. Hey, Professor, do me a favor. Do me a big favor. Could you drop the link to your channel? If you have a channel, I believe that you do. Do me a favor. Drop the link to your channel, Professor Max and the Rockera. I hope I got that correct. But let me know. It's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you, brother. If it is your birthday today, shout out to you. Shout out to the professor. Shout out to Fearless Travels. Checking in. How was Bogota? Man, Bogota was great eating. Great atmosphere. Like I said about Bogota women they ain't got no behinds. So if you're going to Bogota, you looking for some booty, ain't gonna be no booties. You're gonna find hips that's gonna make you think that they got a little something. You be like, she look good from the front. As soon as you see her from the back, you looking like. Ain't nothing there. No special effects. Other thing about Bogota women, plain faces. You got to look for the beauty. Are there some cuties? Yes, but you got to look for them. Bogota women are extremely smart, very successful, and very educated women. You'll find a lot of English speakers there. Very big city appeal, big city jacket coat feeling city. So you always find yourself with a jacket or a sweater or a coat because you don't know what the weather's going to be like even on a hot day. But Bogota is a great city, and the women are extremely nice. But at the end of the day, yeah, guys aren't flying to Bogota for the women. You're flying to Bogota for Bogota. I promise you that. When you go to Bogota, do not forget to go to the Emerald Museum. A lot of guys don't realize Colombia is the capital for emeralds in the world. A lot of people from around the world come to Colombia and go to the Emerald Stock Exchange. That's how important emeralds are in Colombia. They go to the Emerald Stock Exchange in Bogota, and you can buy emeralds that came straight out the ground. The Emerald Museum is beautiful. You learn so much about how emeralds are created in the ground, as well as the emerald kind of like trail throughout Colombia. There's like a trail, underground trail or tunnels where emeralds are throughout Colombia. And don't forget to go to the famous gold factory. The gold museum in Colombia. They're right across from each other. That's the cool part. The gold museum is on like one side, and maybe like half a block later, you are at the Emerald Museum. That's the cool part. And I'm telling you, that gold museum and the history of gold in Colombia, let's put it like this. A lot of people forget that Colombia, their top exports is not tourism. Some of you guys think if the tourism leaves, Colombia will collapse. No, Colombia's top exports, petroleum gas, oil, gold. You can look it up. Those are the 3 top exports from Colombia, not including the auto factories that are here, because Colombia over the last couple of years has sold almost $700 million in vehicles that have been manufactured here in Colombia and shipped internationally. That doesn't include the coffee. That doesn't include the flowers. So, yeah, I think Colombia will survive if they do something with the Airbnbs in Medellín, and yet and still people still have to depend on all the other exports that Colombia has. He says, whenever I'm ready, you know what? Cool, Chopper Pie, I got your back, brother. Thank you very much. Yeah, I like Bogota. Kofa's in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to Kofa being in the building. Make sure that you make sure, Kofa, that you drop your channel so we can make sure we subscribe. We got 73 people in the building this afternoon. Make sure you click that like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too. He says, salute Dre, your country cousin, checking in. Shout out to you, brother. You already know how we do. Them Southern boys, you know how we do.
What you really know about the dirty side? What you really know about the dirty side?
Shout out to you Southern boys out there. Vroom is in the building. He said there was a new sheriff in town. His name is Reggie Hammond. Eddie Murphy, Detroit. Yes, sir. I remember that.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Man, you could tell Detroit nothing when Eddie Murphy was dropping all those movies back in the day. Shout out to Eddie Murphy. And shout out to the police chief, who was actually a police chief in Detroit. And that's him. That's his voice.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
Yep, that's the voice of Reggie Hammond. Right there. For you guys that didn't know, that came from Eddie Murphy's movie. Shout out to my man Timothy Bright is in the building. And Timothy says, Andre, write it down. Dark and Lovely by Barry White. Andre, kind of funny. Andre is a Barry White fan. I didn't know that. But she's a fan of Barry White. Let me write that down. Write that down. We got Paola Gary come in a few moments. I've already dropped her the link. And I was listening to some old school Barry White about 3 days ago, I was listening to Barry White, George Benson, and Lou Rawls. Lady love, you've been with me through all of my ups and downs. Boy, my voice is bad. All my crazy turnarounds, my lady love. Shout out to Lou Rawls. He said, in case a lovely dark-skinned woman comes to mind, it could be a great sound bite if you choose. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I got to listen to that one. I'm glad that you mentioned it. He said, if you choose. Speaking of Paola, shout out to Paola. He said, I'm not, he said, not the first time. I figured that. All right, I'm sounding good. Thank you, gentlemen. Good morning to Men's Wear Lux in the building. That's my dude right there. Good man right there. Good man. Good man with a good magazine. Andre, you have the plugs to the cologne discounts. Actually, I'm getting all those in order. By the beginning of next month, they will be in the description, and we will begin to have cologne days. Yes, sir. I'm getting all the discounts because there's no use in just giving you guys the cologne information, and you can get 15, 5, 25% discounts, because a lot of times I get discounts. I get up to 33% discounts on certain colognes. So I'm getting everything in order, so I have the links to each one of those for you. That's what I've been working on all this month, getting everything set up with the colognes, discount brands and discount websites out there. Shout out to you, Vroom. Yeah, Bogota was really nice. Really nice. If you ever want the feeling of the States without being in the States, or you feel like Bogota, I can't say as much as this. It's the size of the States is very modern. Like this, even better. I would say Chicago is, I would say Bogota is far more modern than Chicago. Even though Bogota has its older historical areas, for the most part, Bogota is a very, very modern city. I would easily say that it's more modern than Chicago. Shout out to the Shy. Shout out to my man Tyrone in the building. Shout out to you, brother. Once again, I know, right? The mic check one. Sounds good. I'm glad. Thanks, brother. He say stand up. He say, oh, the DFW, boy. Them boys in the building. Shout out to you. Now y'all know about the Texas boys coming down to Candy Toy. California boys in the building. Yes, sir. Shout out to you guys being here. Let me scroll down. We got 91 people in the building. Click that like button. Visual multimedia. Is Bucaramanga safe city to visit? Yes, it is a real. If you ain't got no money as a Colombian, you ain't gonna be in that city. That is a very, very. That is the one city that I could say, and you know, every city has a hood, so we're not talking about the hood area, but just in general, that's the one city that I wish all of Colombia looked like. I kid you not. Other than Medellín, because I really love how Medellín actually looks. Medellín is beautiful. That's the one city that I wish the rest of Colombia look. It is so clean, so much, brother. You will see the best of the best in that city. It's not big. That's why it doesn't get too many tourists. And it's on the coast right before you're heading to Venezuela. So if you ever wonder where it is, it's like right on it's like Bucaramanga, and then it's like, you know, the closest thing to it is going to be Venezuela next. That's how close to the edge of Colombia it is. However, it is very, very nice. It's not a big city, but it's worth putting it on your to-do list or to-do cities for Colombia. Because sometimes you get tired of just going to Medellín, going to Cali, going to Cartagena, going to Bogota. and you've done the coffee region. Now you want to go to different areas. You want to go to Bucaramanga. I kid you not, it's really nice. We went last year, and I was very, very impressed. Very impressed. I did a walkthrough video last year. Just walking through. Shout out to my man Kevin in the building. He said, I was just thinking when Austin came into our apartment, and he looked at the refrigerator and saw because Andrea collects magnets from all the places that we've been to around the world. And he saw how many magnets we have. He's like, man, you guys have really been some of everywhere. And you guys have really been all around Colombia. You guys do not play. And so, yeah, we've been to a lot of cities in Colombia. It's got to be at least 20, 25 cities that we've gone to throughout Colombia. Shout out to my man in the building, Tevin King. He said, Feliz Sábado. Happy Saturday. He said, mi gente, my family, my people. He said, sorry I'm late. I was getting something taken care of at work. Get that money, brother. Get that money. I don't blame you. Thank you very much for the $10 once again, as well as I want to say this. Thank you very much, moderators. You guys did an excellent job, upstanding job. I appreciate the fact that you guys didn't question me in regards to Andre, why are you kicking that person out? You guys just did the job that a moderator should do, and I am very proud and thankful that I have you guys as well as Gail at night as moderators. You guys are excellent at what you do, and the only person that I talked about it was my man Charles, but me and Charles have been knowing each other outside of YouTube's, but I'm glad that you guys were immediate when it came to booting people from the channel last night. You guys know I'm not one of those boot people from the channel individuals. Yeah, that music sounded good, but it has to be done. It had to be done. Shout out to you. And shout out my girl Paola in the building. Getting everything set up. Let me make sure she gets everything set up before we bring her on. While I'm still doing them, shout out to my man Marv in the building. Shout out to you, brother. He said, God bless Andre. Be safe out there. Finger red #1. Hey, Marv, give me a little bit of clarity in regard to what that is. Give me a little clarity in finger red #1 is. We got 92 people in the building. Click that like button. You like us. Make sure you like us too, because you already know
Oprah coming next. Once I establish this as a place of truth, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Oprah is coming next. We already know. We got Paola and Oprah is coming next. We already know. We already know. Once again,
Oprah coming next.
All right. Let's go down to Drew. In a few moments, going to bring Paola on. Shout out to her being here. Shout out to Drew once again. He said, good thing I'm staying at a house hotel in Medellín. He said, I stayed in a house hotel back in Medellín back in October. This new ban will change everything. We'll see. Like I said, that ban on short-term Airbnbs is not a Medellín thing. I'm going to say that again. It is a global thing. As I mentioned before, the same way that they came after globally, Uber, remember that? Uber had to fight for the right to still be Uber around the world for about 1.5 years, especially in Colombia. So it is with Airbnb. So we're going to talk about that in a split second. Before we go any further, I think I got everybody in. Shout out to my man Kenny being in the building. Shout out to you, brother. And my man Prime VA, them VA boys at it again, Mom. They're at it again. Let's get ready to bring in our guests after I do my man Will the Thrill. He said, good morning, Andrea. He said, greetings from Dayton, them Ohio players. Shout out from Ohio. He said, but born and raised in G.A. Gary. Hey, the land of Michael Jackson and the Jackson 5, Gary, Indiana. Push that like button and support Black male media. Shout out to you guys being here. I'm glad that you made it. And my man for profit. And my man Tectonic in the building. I hope I forgot tectonic. There we go. I got it right the first time. My man Christopher is in the building, and my boy shout. He said Paola. He said Paola manages my property in Medellín. She's doing big things. She's doing amazing things in Medellín. Yes, she is. My man Black by Design is in the building. What's up, Chad? You're up early. Salute, Chad. 400 miles to go. Yes, sir. Countdown. Shout out to my man Jordan in the building as well. We got 98 people in the building. Click that like button. I like you. Make sure you like us too. Mad Haitian in the building. Ronan, shout out to you, brother. As well as my man David being in the building. Shout out to you. The code for an emoji. Oh, that's what that is. Okay, thank you. All right, looks like I got everybody else. And once again, support Black Male Media. Let's change the musical. We got to change this musical. We got the lovely lady in the building. Let's make it smooth. It's Saturday morning. There we go. Let's get some grown folk music going. Once again, we're going to bring our girl up who's always supported the channel.
Hi.
Shout out to our girl in the building. How have you been?
I'm great. How are you?
I am doing great. I know you've been as busy as I've been.
I'm trying.
I see. Just to get started, for those that don't know who you are and what you do in Colombia, could you give a short introduction to who you are, where you're originally from in Colombia? I mean, I know this, but many who haven't had a chance to introduce themselves, of this 106 people here, could you introduce yourself to them?
Of course, absolutely. Hi, everybody. This is Paola Sands. I'm from Santa Marta, Colombia, living in Medellín, doing business in Medellín. I'm in the tourism industry, a hospitality business too. I'm 24. Perfect. And I'm just trying to make it like everybody else.
You just 24? Oh man,
yeah.
you like Andrea, you like my wife. You guys are very mature women as far as your demeanors. I noticed that Andrea was the same way when I met her at 23, very mature. I would have never guessed that you were 24. As far as looks, I'd have gave you 23 anyway. But as far as how you carry yourself like you're 29, 30, very mature. And I like that. And I always try to introduce guys to the fact that there are women that are young, but extremely mature in Colombia that you can get to know.
Right.
And guys don't realize that sometimes. So shout out to you and those that are still enjoying
because they want the easy road.
Say that again. Say it again.
I say they want the easy road.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think guys, even guys that have been here and actually live here sometime, they want the easy route or the easy road? Why do you think that is when it comes to dating in Colombia with foreigners?
I mean, is that a matter of priorities? Like people basically, they get what they're looking for. And some guys are here and there's nothing wrong as long as they being transparent about it. Because if you're here and you don't want to be in a relationship and you want to date many women, you tell those women, listen, I don't want nothing serious, but if you're okay with it, we can go ahead. And then that's fine, because even Colombian guys will do that too. It's just about being transparent, you know. And then some other people, maybe they focusing, better in themselves right now. Some other people, they don't want to put on the work that it takes to get certain type of women, for example,
That's true. I have found that it like you just said, it all boils down to priorities and the level or type of woman that you're really looking for. If you aren't putting in the work and you think that you could just add water and a little bit of sugar and you're going to end up with the perfect relationship, that's not necessarily true. You are absolutely correct. The work must be done. I got a couple questions here for you. Yeah, please. Yeah, get it ready. We're ready for you. One of the questions that I had for you, because you just basically answered question number one. And the number two question I have for you is, can you share your journey on becoming a businesswoman in Medellin, your transition from just a woman coming from Santa Marta and then moving to Medellin, getting into the travel hospitality business. Could you break down some of the things that you do for foreign tourists that might be interested in what you do? Like one guy said, you manage his Airbnb or his property in Medellin. What are some of the other things that you do as far as foreigners and helping them out in regards to their vacation or relocating to Colombia?
Okay, so my journey has been very interesting because when I moved to Medellin, I moved here as a property manager for a company. They flew me in and everything. So it was such a great opportunity with me coming to a city that I never lived before, but with a job already. So I said, why not? I left Santa Marta, I came here. I worked with this company for I would say 10 months, 11 months, almost a year. I don't really remember exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I was very busy there. It was amazing. I grew a lot. I learned about the industry a lot too. But sometimes you have to also take your own road. And I think that my process with them was done. So we communicated, and things are okay. Like I have nothing but gratitude for them. I still very good friend with the owner of the company and everything. We still talk. She's actually a lawyer and she helps my clients too. So now it became more of a partnership too.
That's good.
Yeah.
The other thing that I have noticed since you've been here last is your English was already excellent, but just like Andrea, your English has gotten a little better over time. And I believe that's because of your travels. Could you name some of the places that you've gone to so far since I've last spoke to you?
Oh, I don't remember when we spoke.
This is about a year. This had to be about a year. I follow you. Of course, I follow you on IG, and you've been to Dubai. And okay, just name off some of the places that that you've gone to.
I've been recently to the Bahamas. Yeah, I think Dubai. Where did I go? I've been to Mexico. I've been to Aruba. I've been to a few places. Yeah.
What was it that got you interested in travel? What were you interested in travel before you went to Medellin, or did the travel desire hit you after you got to Medellin and you start meeting other people from other countries?
No, when I was in Santa Marta, I was already working in the tourism industry and seeing so many people just interested in Colombia and traveling. I think it educates me a lot, having the opportunity to talk with people from all over the world and educate me not only culturally, but in other language and geographically also speaking. So I was like, so the world is just not this, this little city where I lived in. So it will be interesting to see other cultures, other countries, other people, and evaluate or determine what makes them different from our culture and what certain things are acceptable for them versus our culture are not acceptable,
That's true. That's definitely true. Medellin, as well as Cartagena and Cali and the rest of Colombia, broke a record this year, or actually this past year, with the most tourists that it has ever had for Colombia in 2023. That amount of tourists was 8.3 million people came to Colombia for the first time or second time. How have you seen the growth for your business because so many tourists, so many people are catching on to Colombia? Do you see that as a positive thing? Do you think that is a challenge that's taking place? What do you see that as? Because a lot of people now are starting to discover, hey, let me go to Colombia, and not, instead of just going to South Beach, Miami.
I think as any other things, it has its pros and its cons. In my business, of course, it has like a good impact. In the country, there is like good impact, but also for local people, some people are affected by it. Definitely, I could see the growth, of course, because I have more clients, more people were like hitting me out, they were interested in coming. So I would say it's a little bit of both, depending on what perspective I'm seeing it. From a business owner, of course, amazing. You know, my business is based on that. Now, but as a local person, which I am because I'm Colombia,
there we go.
I could see the impact that it has had in the people who live here, who is just not visiting.
That's true. I just pulled up something that we're gonna talk about this in regards to the mayor of Medellín is suggesting that they put a ban on short-term Airbnb rentals. So if you're just renting for a couple of days or just a week, they're going to be putting a limitation on the Airbnb rentals. I'm going to pull something up before I ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
And let me pull it up to let guys see, because you guys know me. I'm always bringing the receipts. So let's go right here, guys. Let's put me and Paola on the side. There we go. And what we're looking at, guys, is right here. Florence, Italy seeks to ban rental apartments with Airbnb. New York City has enforced short-term rental restrictions on Airbnb. Ivandi City, which is outside of Barcelona, they are putting a limitation on Airbnb. So there's a lot of cities, guys, around the world that are putting limitations on Airbnbs. I also saw a news headline of a meeting between Mexico City, Barcelona, and Paris, France, regarding them sitting down with Airbnb. How do you feel about the impact of Airbnb when it comes to, as you said, a local, my fault. Let me move this back over. When it comes to a local citizen, and I give you an example, Paola.
Mm-hmm.
When I was watching the headline for Mexico City,
right,
investors would come in and buy the whole building and send a letter to the people. You need to be out in 5 days. We'll turn this into an Airbnb. And so many locals who could afford to live in their own neighborhoods are being pushed out by Airbnb investors to where now it's impacting the locals. Are you hearing that in Medellín and other parts of Colombia, how tourism and Airbnb is having a major impact on cost as well as where people can live in Medellín or beyond?
Yeah, absolutely. As of course, I can see the two sides of the coin, and I can say that Airbnb has not only affected the residents that live in the city in the sense of when you're looking for a property, it's so hard to get, because even when sometimes you get it and they say, I can longer, close this deal with you, is because they get offers to Airbnb their place or to from a property manager like me, to rent it to somebody who can pay more because their place is already furnished. Now, also the impact about Airbnb that I don't know if you guys know is that Airbnb is not generating taxes in Colombia. What do I mean by that? It is as soon as the people who are doing Airbnb are being honest with, if you can avoid to pay certain things, you always will. It's just human survival mode. Right. So what it is about Airbnb in Colombia is that before they didn't ask you to anything, but now they just ask you for a RNT certificate, which really is just nothing really deep. It's just proving that you are working in the tourism industry. That's it. Yes. when we're talking about the incomes that you're having for those properties, if you have PayPal, if you have a bank account in another country, if you have Wise, which is like, online banks worldwide, and you use this to bring your money in, it means that none of this money is getting into a Colombian bank account, which means the government has zero way to regulate and tax this money. So that is affecting in that way. It is affecting in the fact that rents got very expensive because people now don't want to rent it to nobody. Say, okay, I spend $5,000-$10,000 in this furniture. I get it back in a year, and I still can, make money out of it, and I don't have somebody consistently living in my place. It's just it changes a lot, and also not only it increases the price for local people, but there is no place to book that are affordable.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that you would say that. We're even going through the exact same thing here in Cali, Colombia. I never thought that it would be impacting me. Andrea and I are looking for apartments, and a lot of places are basically just Airbnb'd out, or the owners are kind of like nonchalant or just laid back when it comes to maybe I'll rent it, maybe I won't. It's like, okay, so you got it posted to rent, but you're not. But I'm thinking about Airbnbing it out. So even personally, as a person that has been living here for 6 years, I can tell you that it does impact the average person that's looking for an apartment. And I can imagine, and the part that's frustrating, Paola, is this: when you have more money than enough to pay for whatever apartment you want, and we still go through the headache of whether this owner wants to rent it to us or others, or just Airbnb it out. So you're absolutely correct in regards to there are positive sides about it. People are making money, and it's bringing in tourism. But if you're a local person living here, you're trying to get you an apartment, some days it could be somewhat problematic for just the locals. And let me ask you this. Go ahead.
Yeah. Now, before you actually continue to the next question, I do want to clarify something. And this is something that I always talk with the local people. People in Medellin, I would say especially, gentrification is a factual problem right now.
True. Globally.
Yet, people here in Medellin, at least Paisas, they are very like of their culture. Like they just rock with their people and stuff like that. I'm not saying they're xenophobic, but they always prefer their own, which is okay. I understand that community side of it. But they need to understand, gringos and local people, that this is a two-way street. This is just gentrification doesn't happen, because if I rent my place for the same place that I will rent it to a gringo, to a Colombian, then there is no happening. It's in both sides. Why? Because now I know that there is a guy living here with a digital nomad visa that is willing to pay twice as much as the Colombian guy, right? And that I don't have to worry about. So the Colombian person is also making an impact in changing the prices to take advantage. And that's valid, because it's like, okay, if you invest $200,000 in your property, you're Colombian, now you see the opportunity to get your ROI faster, you're going to do it. But also, correct, all the local people can they just not blame gringos for coming when their own people, we are incrementing everything to take advantage. It's like survival move. I do it because it benefits me, but if it doesn't benefit you, I'm sorry. So it's just like, it's understanding. Like maybe like I rent property, as Chris says, I rent his property. And some people, for example, when I have like super high-end properties and stuff like that, some foreigners are like, oh my God, who do you think you are? Why would I pay $2,000 in Medellin? And I was like, do you think this money is for me? Because I'm only winning a little fee out of this. Right. I wish this $2,000 is for me. I don't determine the price of this property. I'm only managing for somebody, and in exchange, I'm getting a small managing fee. It's not like this whole money is for me. So it's like, it's the misconception. You also in your business, also, being part of gentrification. I was like, yes, I am, but also no, because I try to, if you only have $700, I can tell you, okay, I don't have zero property for that price, but maybe help you find something closer to you. And that's not my fault. I don't determine the price of these things. I've only, part of it, and I commission out of it, but,
Let me ask you this. Now that you said that, I have a theory. You maybe could correct me if I'm right or wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, the places that foreigners go to, such as the expensive areas of El Poblado and Envigado and Laureles, most average Colombians in Medellin couldn't afford to live in those areas anyway. Am I correct?
Yeah. I mean, only the high class. The high class, because an average person of the high class, and maybe not by your own, but let's say we both, like me and my roomie, we both, let's say, work online for an American company. Okay, we can get an apartment in Poblado before for 3 million. Now there's nothing less than 5 million, right? So it does change, but it's not like, oh, now we literally how can I say, there wasn't a transition like now nobody can live there. No, the people that was living in Poblado was also people who can afford living in Poblado. It's just
Absolutely.
like in let's say, I don't know, New York, the people who can afford to live in Manhattan can afford to live in Manhattan, and if no, they can be from New York, but they gotta live in the Bronx, or
True.
something. It's just an example.
True. And that's been my theory all along when I hear the complaints of Colombians or people in other countries about gentrification. And I'm like, wait a minute, you couldn't afford to live in some of those areas anyway. And so since people couldn't afford to live in those areas anyway, except for those that already had money in Colombia, I don't understand why people who couldn't afford to live there anyway are complaining so much. But then I can still understand, because in certain areas people are still being pushed out of their apartments, such as that story I told about the people in Mexico City, where investors are buying up whole buildings and they are putting people out in the streets. Like one woman said, I've been living here for almost 20 years. She said, and then all of a sudden I get a letter in the mail saying you got 5 days to get out because we're turning this place into an Airbnb because we sold it. And so that's
sorry, no, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Well, in Colombia, laws are different. So it's not like you buy a property here and then you have to throw somebody out immediately. Mm-hmm. There is laws that also protect the renter or the person who is renting the place as the property owner. So, but also it is true that even in the non-touristic neighborhoods, the rent has significantly increased, because also some foreigners don't come here with a high budget and they go to these places, and it also increases the price of rent even in those places. Plus other ones, not because they cannot afford it, but they want to be in a more local center neighborhood.
That's true. I'm even noticing foreigners talking about going out to Bayo.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you people serious? Because I remember maybe Bayo has changed. But I remember that was an area that you really, if you weren't a local of that area, you don't go to that area. And so now I'm hearing guys going out and renting in that area as well. Are you finding that to be a lot more common now?
Yeah, definitely more common. And you see an Airbnb and you will see like rentals in Bayo. But as Bayo is also like another district, just like Poblado has Provenza, Lleras, and everything. So there is part of Bayo that are pretty safe and nice, but also there is part of Bayo that is really bad, and they can also be very close to each other. So it just really depends. It doesn't mean it's necessary all the way dangerous, depending on where you are, but you still, if you don't know, you don't know, and then how you gonna determine where you're gonna walk to or not.
Let's go to the next question, because I wanted to talk to you about this because I know you got a story in regards to this. What do you think that most foreigners are truly trying to come down and learn the culture and the customs of Colombia? I'm not saying all, but I'm saying are you seeing that when it comes to Medellin, when it comes to other locations, that people are coming down with their foreign mindset, or are they coming down to really learn and understand how things work here in Colombia and in South America? Because I'm finding, and the reason why I asked you that question, because I know you got a story of an experience that you recently had that you kind of shared with individuals, with the foreigner that kind of upset you.
Right.
But I'm finding that there are a lot of people that are coming down, and even I could find myself guilty of that when I first came down. I was like, but in America, we do this. But in America, we do that. And Andrea, for about a year, had to tell me, babe, you're not in America anymore. And she had to remind me that there are different cultures and customs that I had to respect here in Colombia. Now I'm good. But that first year, yeah. Now, let me let you go ahead and tell your story and give your opinion in regards to the statement I just made.
See, so because of my business, I get to see the good amount of foreigners that come here with the purpose of learning, investing, making this place a better place and making their life a better life. And I don't judge that because, amazing. If you come here to create opportunities for Colombian, amazing. But in the same industry, which is the tourism side of it, that it can be, very nice or very bad. And when I say very bad, guys, don't misunderstand. Like, I'm not judging anybody who is coming here. I mean, if you come here to get girls, that's up to you. If you come here to, to sleep with working women, prostitution is the oldest job alive. I know it's not Colombia, is around the world. Even in Europe, it's very popular. Romania, Netherlands, so many countries that have like massive prostitution areas, and it's even legal. So I'm not gonna sit here and say in Colombia, don't come to Colombia. No, what you need to differentiate is how you treating the people when you come in here, just because you have a purpose. Just because you have a purpose doesn't mean that you can treat everybody the same. Doesn't mean that you can disrespect women. Or anybody in general. Because as you say, some people come here and then it's like, oh my God, I'm American. Like in America. Yes, in America. Geographically, you're not there anymore, which means things changes, And okay, yes, you are entitled to the way you were raised and the way you see the world and your perspective of things, but you also need to be smart enough to adapt to new places and new circumstances. So true. I understand. I'm not judging anybody for coming to do what they do. The only part that I will judge is when they come into, to do sexual tourism for kids. That is not acceptable in any way it could be. But if you were with a grown woman, that's your business.
True. So true. I'm glad that you mentioned that. A lot of guys don't realize how prevalent that sad tourism, underage tourism is in South America, and especially in Colombia, because it's so close to the ocean ports, especially with Cartagena, that Colombia is purposely, with politicians as well as its police force, is purposely cutting down on individuals that are trying to do underage tourism. And you guys know I'm saying it in a clean way, but a lot of you guys come to Colombia, you have your fun, and you go back home. But you don't realize that Colombia.
I think I can hear you. So yeah, guys, like let's, while he's back, let's talk about the fact that, it's nobody. Oh, Internet goes scope. So okay, let's do while he gets back. And it's like, yeah, guy, it's nobody, it is what it is. If you're coming for a purpose, just don't disrespect other people. Don't think you can treat other people the same way. And also, don't think that all these videos that you see for other YouTubers on social media where they're on the street saying, "Mommy, come here," and the girls comes to them, those are regular women. No, those are working women. Non-working women is gonna be outside, and it's a random person is gonna say, "Mommy, come here," and it's gonna come to you. That's not genuine. That's not something that we do, and that's not something that you feel appreciated of. If anything, you want to talk to a regular woman on the street, there is so many ways you can approach her. Like, "Oh my God, I think your shoes are nice. Where you got it?" And then you can initiate a conversation. "Oh, you know what? I saw you from the far. I think you're very beautiful. No disrespect. I will be interested in getting to know you." Like, the way you present yourself talks a lot about you, regardless in the country that you are. You know, if you are a respectful man who is educated, you're gonna be respectful here and in China. So the fact that some people feel comfortable being that way is just like, yeah, you got problems to solve. Welcome back, Andre. Now I feel like I'm running your YouTube.
I love it. I've had to do that for people before as well. My battery went out on my router, so I had to reconnect it. That was my fault. But I'm glad that you were able to still continue to answer questions for everybody. We got 175 people in the building this afternoon. Make sure that you guys click that like button. We like you. Make sure you like us too by clicking that like button. Shout out to you guys. And as you were saying, let me let you finish what you were stating.
No, I was just like saying, guys, that like, don't let those videos like finesse them of when they come to Colombia, they can just say on the street to a girl, "Come, mommy," and the girl will come, because not working women is gonna come to them. And if anything, they're gonna feel disrespected, because why you feel entitled to me if I don't even know you, or even to call me mommy. Mommy is also, I think that we say when you already know the person. Nobody's walking on the street and say, "Mommy," no, you know.
No.
And so, and also, I feel like the way you present yourself should be the best presentation of yourself here or in China. So if you come to a woman and you talk to her properly, then she's gonna talk to you properly. And even if she's to say, "No, thank you, I wouldn't like to go out with you," she will still be respectful. But if you come in like, "Oh, mommy, give me your number," or "Mommy," like, no, she's gonna be very mad. She's not gonna feel appreciated, and she's gonna feel disrespected.
I'm giving you the solo.
Oh, I thought you were going.
No, I'm still here. Go ahead, keep talking.
Yeah, so yeah, I was just answering that question, guy. Be respectful. It doesn't matter where you come. It's either for investment or just to have a fun time. Be respectful. Respect women. You need to respect women, people in general, because even to the taxi driver, you need to respect this guy. He's just doing a service.
Yeah. That's absolutely correct. I'm glad that you say it, even for the local guy, not just respecting the ladies, but also respecting your taxi driver, respecting the person that works at the restaurant, respecting the person that is, or let's just talk about the women, not just the taxi driver, but respecting the waitresses. You know, we hear stories of guys hitting on waitresses as if the waitress was pay for play. And not just hitting on her like you're trying to get to know her, get her Instagram or phone number. That's cool. But hit on her as if you can purchase her. I've heard guys try to purchase women in the mall, try to purchase women, just they come to Colombia with these false assumptions. And notice I say it false because they think that every woman has a price tag of the last women because they, or party women or pay for play women. And that's not necessarily true. And so fortunately, a lot of the guys in our chat these are quality guys. So most of these guys come here. They're very serious about Colombia. A lot of them are looking to relocate here, find property, find homes down here. A lot of guys that are ex-military have either retired here or are looking to retire here in Colombia. And so that's one thing that I can say about our audience. Our audience is usually made up of guys that are really very mature and very respectful. Now, speaking of respect, you've got a story.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you share. I'm gonna put you on a solo cam, and I'm gonna let you share your story of your incident that you had to deal with a foreigner, and how you recommend guys behave when they come to Colombia.
Okay, so I was walking. I was on the way to get food with a friend that I was just introduced to. Her name is Kay. Kay is from the United States, so we were walking in Provenza, and there is this guy that comes and hug her and start like touching her and say, "Oh, mommy," like whatever. I wasn't really paying attention because I thought they were friends, but I started looking, and then she looked very uncomfortable. That's when I came in and said, "Girl, are you okay? Like, do you know him?" And he's like, "No, I don't know him." And he was like, "Oh, do you like this, mommy?" And then she's like, "Oh, but I'm not Colombian." He was like, "It doesn't matter if you're not Colombian. You are in Colombia, and here is this way." So that's when I came in. I was like, "You need to give her personal space. Like in Colombia, this not this way because I'm Colombian, and you don't get to tell me that. You don't get to tell me that." This is our culture, you know. I live here, I was born and raised here, and never live elsewhere, so I sure know what my culture is about. So he started calling, and then he started screaming like, "Oh, you shut up, you're bitch, you're puta," sorry, and
no, go ahead.
And that, and disrespecting me. I was like, "Are you okay? Like, you need to like calm down, and you need to leave because you're being super disrespectful, and like you don't get to disrespect me like that." And then he was like, "You're nobody." And I was like, "So are you? Like, who are you? You're here drugged, you can't even dress, you have zero education, you're on the street in another country, like doing what?" And then he said, "Oh, but I'm Colombian." And I was like, "No, you're not Colombian. That you're not Colombian." His Spanish was very so broken. And then, so in that moment, he came in my friend's face and said, "You want me to beat you up? You want me to beat your face?" And the sad thing, guy, is that this happened in the main street of Provenza, where there is a lot of guys looking at the situation, and none of them did nothing, which is terrifying because, okay, I'm not saying, I completely understand those were foreigners, they're in another country, they don't know what's going on. They could think, A, this is her husband, B, we were working girls and he was their client. There was so many,
things that
hypotheses, hypotheses that it could be. But I think that as a man, the correct thing to do was stand up and say, "Hey, bro, I don't know you. I don't know what's going on. I don't want to get in trouble. Just like, I think you should, like, calm down, brother." Something like that. You don't have to fight this guy. But they see he's been aggressive with women and threatening them and saying, "I'm gonna beat you." And then in that moment, I was like, "You're nobody. You need to leave this place." And in that moment, he was like biting. He's biting a gum, and then he spit the gun on me. Imagine. In that moment, I don't know, my reaction was to slap him, and I think I don't remember every part of it. I think I kind of did slap him, but he backed up, and in that moment, he came again in Kay's face and said, "You're gonna, you're bitch, and you're just putas here, I don't know." And then in that moment, I was like, I'm not gonna let him go away with this. When he was walking out the Provenza street, fortunately, and thanks God, there was the private security, not even the police, the private security of Provenza. And I told him, "Grab him, don't let him go." So the guy was a big black guy, security, and grab him from the neck. And this guy was like a very small. His ID say he's like 5'4".
Wow, that's small for a man.
So he grabbed him, and he took him from the neck and took him to the other side of Provenza after we told him what he was doing to us, that he was arresting us, he disrespected us, he spit his gum on me, and all this. And then when he took him to the other side of Provenza, the guy slapped him until, like, very bad. Right. And then, I don't really want to go into what they got, into a little fight there. And then the police came, but it was a women police. And she just asked him for his ID. I took pictures of him. And like yesterday or the day before yesterday, me and Kate, we went to the police to report what he did, that he was arresting, that he was aggressive, that he threatened us, and everything that he did. His ID say that he, I don't know, maybe his mom or his father, I don't know, is Colombian, but he has a Colombian ID that was given to him on December of 2023. But his ID say that he was born in New York, which now explains why his Spanish is very broken. Like, he wasn't raised here in Colombia. And then, yeah, that's what happened, guys. So I made it public on my social media. And I normally don't like drama. I don't, when things happen to me, I don't post it because I don't want everybody, oh my God, you okay? It just drains me emotionally and energetically too. But all my friends in my group, in my WhatsApp group, they were like, Paola, you need to post this. This guy cannot just not get away. He's living in Medellín. He's going to do it to other women. I said, you know what? You're right. I posted it. Women on my DM was like, oh, I have him blocked because this, Y, and Z. Guys, American guys were on my DMs telling me, I'm so sorry this happened to you. I apologize for him in the name of American man. I know this guy. We're not even longer friends because every time he gets drunk or like is doing something, he gets into this aggressive harassment mood, and he has like put me in trouble because of his behavior. I have like 2 or 3 guys saying this. So this guy been living in Medellin for I don't know how long. And he's used to doing this. And not only that, but I found him on social media. So I was like, you do this, and that. And then he was like, you know what? I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. And then all of the friends and people that follow me started like going to his page and reporting and comment, you are an abuser, all this. And he delete everything. And then he said, oh, your people are clowns or funny, something like that. And then, and then he said, and by the way, and not only, like, if you would in the morning apologize and say, hey, listen, I was drunk, I was in drugs, I apologize for my behavior, that wasn't my intention, that's not me. We humans, we make mistakes. I wouldn't accept the apologize. Correct. But he didn't apologize. He denied everything. And also, not only that, but when I called him out, he was like, and by the way, you need to go to the gym because you're fat. And I was like laughing because I'm like, so you can call me ugly, you can call me I'm not smart, you can say anything, but you can say I'm fat. Like, I don't even care. I probably can do more push-ups than you can do. I didn't say that, but in my mind I was laughing because of that. But that's what happened, guys. So, and then other girls start telling me, oh, now it has become so difficult to be in Provenza because there's a lot of, and they say a lot of American guys there, they think they can just touches and approaches, and a lot of girls on my DMs, and I'm like, wow, this is, sometimes you don't know how big something is until you actually expose it, and people are like, it happened to me too. So wow. With that being said, guys, is that I don't know what type of mental issue or problems you're dealing with or frustration that make you maybe, want to do drugs or whatever the case is. Stay in your land and stay, don't disrespect women, and then don't use the excuse. And if there's something like that's happened to you, take accountability. Apologize and say, listen, this happened, but this is not me. But if you just don't deny and recognize it, you're just showing that this is who you are. And the excuse of alcohol is not an excuse for you. It's just, who you are.
That's so sad. A lot of guys in the comments are asking this question. Was this a black guy or a white guy?
He's I would say white. Yeah.
But yet you also said that he was, part Colombian as well.
Yeah.
From the States. That's sad. And once again, just like the other guys, and I know that that our chat feels the same way on behalf of all the other guys that are from the States. We're not all like that. As you can tell from me coming down here, found the right woman. A lot of guys that have come down here. I just talked to a friend of mine a couple weeks ago. He's married. He came down here, did a consultation with us, came to Cali, Colombia, found his wife, great couple. So there are a lot of guys that have come down here that have started businesses in Colombia, as well as that are very respectful, that have retired here. And just on behalf of other American men, not all of us, as you well know, are like that. The majority of us are not like that. And we really, I don't know if you knew this, Paola, we don't like those guys. We call those guys the pookies with a passport, or passport pookies. And those are the guys that come down maybe for the weekend or maybe for a week, and they make all of us look bad, make all foreigners look bad, whether they be black or white, and we don't like them. Just like you all don't like them and their behavior, we don't like them either. They dislike us so much that they've created YouTube channels talking about us good men that come to Colombia, because they're upset at you ladies not wanting to be bothered with their childishness as far as dating them, as far as wanting to be around them. They don't like that you don't want to be around them. So they take it out on us, thinking that we're the reasons why women such as yourselves don't want to be with them. But the truth is that nobody wants to be with a passport pookie because of their behavior.
Yeah. The girl, she's from America, and she's like, it's funny how those guys come here so brave to countries like this, and they get along with this, because I guarantee you in the state he wouldn't have done that, because he will either get shot or go to prison for this right away.
Absolutely.
So, and I'm like, but they feel, that they can do this in those countries, which is sad, because I didn't experience this back in home, but I got to experience here from a guy from back home, because I'm in another country, which is,
it's sad. It's sad. I'm you know what? I'm proud of you. Just want to let you know I'm proud of you, because you posted it and you shared it, and now other women were able to let you know, hey, I went through the same thing, girl, with these crazy foreigners. So I understand. And now I really understand. Oh, okay. Two things I'm about to make a statement of, guys. Now you guys understand what the average Colombiana is saying about guys. If you're going to come down, be respectful. If you're going to be with the pay for play girls, I love what Paola said. Stay in your lane. If you want to be with the party girls, nothing wrong with that. Like I always say, if you want to pay for play, nothing wrong with that. I always say that. But don't treat every Colombiana the way that you treated the party girl, because that's not fair. The one thing that I can say, and I sit back and I do this all the time since I've been here, I sit back and I watch Colombians, especially Colombian women, and they're just going to work, going to school, going to their, pick up their kids. They're just going to the mall. They're going to be with their boyfriend or their husbands. Just average everyday people. But we as foreigners somewhat glamorize Colombian women and Brazilian women because of their beauty. Because of their beauty, we glamorize them or pedestalize them, put them and their beauty on this high pedestal, and then we disrespect them after we put them on this pedestal. And we can't do that. So if you are a party dude and you like the party women, I'm saying this to you because Paola might not say it. I'll say it to your ass. If you are a dude that's stuck in the party world, stay where you at. Stay in your lane. Nothing wrong with that. If you like pay for play, you like to go to the brothels, you like those street girls, nothing wrong with that. Keep your ass where you are. But don't treat every Colombiana that you come across, or think that every Colombiana that you come across doesn't have a career, doesn't have an education, doesn't have her own goals, doesn't have her own dreams. That's not true. I don't know how many years we've been trying to push that and let guys realize that. How many times we've had positive Colombian women on this channel to let you guys see that there are women that when these cameras go off, they don't need you to sponsor them. They are making their own money. I don't know how many times we've done that, but I know that there are a lot of YouTube channels out there that will continue to show you party girls and look at the party ladies and party. Nothing wrong with that part, but not every woman is living that life full times. You know, full time. I mean, Colombian women, Colombian men party on the weekend, have a good time like anybody else, but they aren't on vacation, guys. They live here. Those of us who live here, you guys that are wanting to live here, this is not, when the cameras go off, like I always say, you're going to be living here. Your living here is different from vacationing here. And you're going to realize that. That's the lesson I had to learn, Paola, that the Andre that was vacationing here had to be different from the Andre that is living here now. I had to start to understand the culture, the people. Not, mind you, my Espanol is muy mal. But when it comes to understanding and respecting the culture, whether it be older women, whether it be the culture of driving, because you know we have an SUV, so the culture of driving, the culture of foods, or just respecting people's time. I had to learn these things, and it's not like American. And the last thing I'm going to say before we go on to the next, actually we're going to hit some super chats real quick. We got 198 people, almost 200 people in the building, guys. Click that like button. I like you. Make sure you like us too. The last thing that I want to say is this, guys.
Sorry. Okay.
Go ahead, baby girl.
No. I just see a comment that say, she just say, man, the man was white. Yes, it was, but guys, this is the only case that I got to post, and I'm not gonna put it in a race, because a lot of black guys here are doing the exact same thing, if not worse, just like anybody else. I was walking the other day, and this guy came to me with his friends like, tu número, mami. And I was like, excuse me? Like, people used to say hi, and you know, and then he says, your number, mommy. And then he put his hands on me here in my waist. And I was like, hi, excuse me. Like, first of all, people used to say, hi, lady, how are you? Stuff. And then second, don't touch me. You don't know me. And they're like, you are super uneducated. I've always like hit them with the education part, because ain't no way people can be, you know, so like that and be educated at the same time. No. So it's not only a white guy, sorry, and I'm so sorry to disappoint you there, but it's everybody. It's everybody. I'm
glad that it came out of your mouth. I'm so glad. Hey guys, I just want you to know something. I was looking at the comments when Paola was talking earlier, and she was telling a story, and you guys kept saying, was it a black guy or white guy? That's an American thing that we do, right? Somebody does a mass deletion in New York or something. First thing we do in the States, Paola, we say, was it a black guy or white guy? Because if it was a white dude, well, you know, that's what white people do. And that's how we justify it in the States. We were raised like that. From a kid, you were always raised to say, was it a black dude or a white dude that did it? Oh, well, you know, white dude, that's what they do, you know. Oh, kids came up missing, well, that's a white dude. And so we always were able to blame certain crimes on white people. But as she was speaking, I'd already known that a lot of us brothers have come down here and have been the most disrespectful, not just the European or the American white brothers. And so I'm glad that she said it, because I was going to announce that anyway. Because, guys, it is not about, when it comes to being disrespectful, Pookies and Ray Rays come in all different colors and cultures. It's not just the brothers that's Pookies and Ray Rays. There's some Asian Pookies and Ray Rays that come to Colombia, as well as individuals that are white, that are Pookies and Ray Ray, that are disrespectful. The last thing that I want to say before we continue on is, guys, that American, I'm from America gloss that you guys have, that shit don't work no more. I'm here to break your heart. Remember that American gloss where you could go to a country and say, I'm American. Oh, you're from America? Tell me about it. Don't nobody care no more. You ain't gonna be going to no countries anymore. I've been around this world, and some of you guys have too, and you can attest that little gloss that we used to have, saying that we was that little gleam, that little shine that we used to have, like a new penny, new car. Oh, I'm American. That shit don't work no more. So stop using that I'm America or I'm from America. I kid you not. I've stopped using that so long ago that the only people that say that he's an American is people that are from that country. I never talk about being American because right now, how some guys act, it's embarrassing. I could not go to Medellín and say I'm an American. That is embarrassing now. You are what? Oh, I don't spend my time with Americans. Why? Y'all don't know how to act. So, guys, don't think that you can meet the Paolas and the Andreas and the Tours by D, shout out to our girl D, and other positive women that are doing some positive things. Guys, Paola, sometimes I'll be in the doctor's office and I see my beautiful doctor or nurse that's taking care of me. And I'm thinking to myself, why aren't guys trying to date these women? Sometimes I'll go to a pharmacy and I'll see a nice woman that's working her job or see the ladies that are going to school. And I'm like, why don't guys approach these women? Sometimes I'm driving, I'll look over and I'll see women driving by in their vehicles and driving. And I'm like, why don't guys approach these women that have their own car, have their own property, have their own careers? I'm wondering what is going on to where men only see the beauty of Colombian or South American women, but you do not see the beauty on the inside of what all these women are doing. You guys are walking past thousands upon thousands of good women that look just like Paola and have the same goals and the same dreams and the same desires that she does. And a lot of guys will rather spend your energy. This is my point. Spend your energy being disrespectful to the culture and the country and the women than to just come in, learn a little bit about the culture, connect with some people, and then meet that positive person, whether it be in the gym or whether it be, on their job or whether it be somebody that's giving you a tour somewhere. It's just amazing to me how guys are not doing that. But let's get ready to go to the super chats real quick. You got anything you want to say, Paola?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm just gonna grab some water.
Oh, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a 3-minute break real quick, and you're gonna be a part of it. So we're gonna do a 3-minute break. You got 3 minutes to go get you some water, enjoy yourself. We're gonna drop we call it a drink break. So we're gonna drop that drink break real quick, and you are in this one.
Like so. Yeah. Yeah. Like it or love it, it's double or nothing. You ain't getting money, then you bugging. Damn fat, you know I'ma hug it. Lows by the truck. Up the budget, cashing it in, damn I'm a bucket. OD, you know I overdoes it. If it ain't moolah, we cannot discuss it. Her name ain't Erica, she finna bust it. Her name ain't Mega, but yeah, she a stallion. The way that we dressin' ran out of Italian. New chain bustin', peep the medallion. Pull your own troubles out by the gallon. Her name ain't Lotta, but she from the south. Her name ain't Ruby, she got a big mouth. Putting it in, she sticking it out. Putting it in, she sticking it out. She like salsa, one in a hole, just like a golfer. If you ain't leeching, what can you offer? Ain't got it, they just be talking. Ain't got it, they just be talking. They gon' tell you what you wanna hear. Yeah, put you in a nice pair. Best if you don't listen. All this shit from me, I'm making her wet. It's double line, you know we the set. They know we up next, that's why they upset. Diamonds on me, and you know it's baguettes. Ballin' so hot, man, I need me a rap. If you ain't on time, then you can't left. Can't live in the past, ain't got no regrets. Ain't looking for love, just want me. Like it or love it, still gotta respect it. How you in first, but you coming in second. They watching you next, so you gotta protect it. Running it up and we breaking the records. You gave us your last, you should've just kept it. Eyes on me as soon as I step in. The eye on me, you know what I'm reppin'. It's eyes, so yeah, you know what we dressin'. Our blessings is coming, they know that we destined. Like it or love it, they know how we coming. Just send us the budget. Send us the budget. She went a second, my hands are on weed. She tell me don't touch it. She don't. We bringing them vibes, they know we don't force it. Tell them don't rush us. Don't rush us at all. Hate us or love us, it really don't matter. Ain't holding no grudges. Like it or love it, it's double or nothing. You ain't getting money, then you bugging. Damn fat, you know I'ma hug it. Lows by the truck, up the budget, cashing it in. Damn I'm a bucket. OD, you know I overdoes it. If it ain't moolah, we cannot discuss it. Her name ain't Erica, she finna bust it. She want me to touch it, I'm making her cream. Like she a Russian, she for the team. She bring her cousins, I'm bringing my brothers. Now it's the scene, and we all for being. Like it or love it, I had just dub it. Ain't no in between, no in between. She for the streets, feeling so geek. She for the streets, feeling so geek. Like it or love it, they know how we coming. Just send us the budget. Send us the budget.
Send us the budget. Go ahead, Paola. Take your time. Let me do the solo, Andre solo cam. All right, guys. Shout out to you guys being here in the building. Let's get these super chats. Let me hit you guys. And one thing I want to say, I'm proud of you guys. You guys have been very who you are. I'll say that again. You guys have been very who you are. Very respectful, very gentlemanly, asking great questions. Just, you guys have been doing great. Shout out to you guys that are here. Let me make sure that I got the questions pulled up for Paola. There we go. All right. Shout out, shout out. Let's get ready to, there we go. All right, let's get ready to hit these super chats. Already did Blizzard. We got growth in, we got growth. Shout out to my man, Ted Will. I think Will was the last one I did. Shout out to my man, Timothy, with the $2 super chat. He said, remember that song is very appropriate. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I didn't forget that song. I didn't forget it. Let's continue on with the super chats. Also, LJ, the Southern Vegan, is in the building. What up, Dre? What up, Paola? Shout out to you guys. This is a great topical. Shout out to you, brother. My man, Simyaza. Shout out to you, brother, for being here. Oh, yeah. Buenas tardes. He said, todos, to everyone. Oh, la, la. Oh, man, he got me on this one. He got Paul, you have to help me with this word.
What's that? Huh? Hello? What am I helping you with? Hello? Hello? I don't know, but it says, buenas tardes a todos. Hola, la guapísima Paola. Hi. Same Yasa. Maraya, you miss a whole hour, but you can still watch the whole live show when he uploaded. Untakeable. I am from the coast, guys. I'm from Santa Marta, Colombia. But I've been living in Medellín for the past 2 years. Yeah. Are you a good contact for cosmetic surgeries coordination? I'm trying to get into the medical tourism industry too, but just like my name, Paola Sands, that's my username on Instagram. So if you guys want to add me, you can add me on Instagram. Thank you, I appreciate it. Sí, soy costeña. I'm from the coast. They call me costeña in Colombia because I'm from the coast. Yeah, guys, it's a lot going on. And I'm not going to sit here and judge like every American for what some of them are doing. But if I can make you, aware of it, so you can act more consciously when you're here, then that would be great. Yeah. Is Colombia with the two us? What do you mean?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Welcome back to the live stream, Andre.
I was here. I thought you could hear me. My fault. My fault. I'm just giving shout outs and yeah, shout out to my man Zeta. He said, Paola, he said, do not let the entitled gringos stress you out.
I won't, for sure.
Yes, don't let them stress you out because they stress us out enough. Do not think that you're alone. And that's another thing I want you to know. When you're having a discussion, because I know it'll come back up. When you're having a discussion with other Colombianas in regards to how Americans or foreigners or gringos act, let them know that there are gringos like me and a lot of these guys that feel the same way that you do. We do not like them. We are tired of them. And we wish that they did not spend their time here in Colombia. We do not want those negative guys here. So just let everybody know that we feel we foreigners feel the exact same way about those type of foreigners. We are not happy about it. We are not happy about it.
I can only understand. It's like if other Colombians are doing, mess in other countries, and now I'm there, and they see me as them. So yeah, that's so true. I know I missed some super chats, guys. I'm gonna hit them in a little while. He said, Dre, I gotta pay. He said, I gotta pay dues. Don't have my passport currently. He said, working on it. Shout out to you for working on it. But we'll say, Unc, I'm checking out. I'm checked out. Shout out to you, brother. I'm glad that you are checked out and you're ready to relocate to another country, even though you're still working on getting your passport. Shout out to my man Kings and Dreams. Also, my man Jay in the building. He said, tired of those ninjas ruining the vibes. Yes, man. Paola, if you only knew, those are the same people that mess it up in the States. Like here's the scenario. Like we're in the club. We're like 22, 23, 24, having a good time. I see a beautiful lady. I know I'm about to get her phone number, and we're gonna leave the club together. All of a sudden, here come Pookie and Ray Ray. They either start fighting in the club or they shooting in the club, and now her and her friends run off like Cinderella. And the next thing I know, I never see that woman again because Pookie and Ray Ray came and start fighting in the clubs. My point in telling you that story, Paola, is we have been dealing with these ignorant fools since we were in high school. Since we were in college, we have been dealing with these guys messing everything up. And now they've gotten passports and they come to other countries doing the same stupid things that they did in the clubs or in the communities back home in the United States. So we've been dealing with it. This Prime One said exactly. He said exactly. He said exactly, Andre, these ninjas giving us a bad name everywhere we go. Go damn, enough is enough. Go somewhere else. And another thing that they do is these negative guys follow us good men. Those negative guys never discover a country or a city on their own. They'll wait till us good men and women travel to a location, and then they run behind us and mess everything up. Whether it be in Dominican Republic, whether it be in Cancun, Mexico, whether it be in Puerto Rico, whether it be in Thailand, parts of Africa, they wait until we go to a country and say, hey, man, this is a great place. It's wonderful. People are nice. The food is nice. The cost is great. And then they come running behind us, good people. And so that's another thing that we don't like. Gabrielle says, preach, Andre, preach. Yes, that's exactly how they act. Let's get back to the questions that we have, because I know Paola has a busy day. I don't want to hold you all day long. And I know you guys have things that you need to do as well. The next question that I have, we already talked about. Well, many of these questions were already hit. Oh, that's a good question. Since you've been in Medellín,
what are at least two of the things that you've noticed other than rent prices? What are two of the things that you've noticed that's changed since you've been there? Whether it be positive or negative.
The things that have changed since I've been here.
Give me two.
I'm thinking about it. Besides rent, I think I've seen how significantly the restaurant industry has like grown, which is beautiful because I love to eat. Everybody likes food. For example, now there is this Jamaican restaurant here in Medellín. It's called the Jamaiquina. I haven't been. It's new, but I heard it's amazing. And so I love that for the city, have, you know, different offers of gastronomy, not only for the local, but for the foreigners too. And another thing that I will say is significantly how it has increased the amount of jobs for people who are bilingual, you know, which is telling people, hey, you know, maybe you don't have to do a 5 years university if you can pay for it, but if you learn English, you can find a job that pays you well enough to at least go back and learn university or sustain a certain type of lifestyle.
It's funny that you would say that because right now, over the last maybe 10 years in the States, it's been like that, but they're really amping it up now that they pay you more in the States if you're bilingual. So if you know English and Spanish or English and French or English and Portuguese, you get paid like $2 or $3 more per hour if you are bilingual. And so a lot of individuals are starting to realize, just in the States as well as in Colombia and other countries, that being bilingual does have its financial benefits as well.
Right. It does. I mean, you're not above like 95% of the population, at least, you know, or maybe more, because I don't even think it's 5% of people who are bilingual in this country.
True. And you know what has messed my Spanish up is this. Every time I get ready to practice my little broken Spanish, somebody starts speaking English so they can practice their broken English with me. As soon as they walk up, as soon as I start, they see me, they're like, okay, here's my opportunity to practice my English. And so they start speaking English to me. And it's amazing how many people I've met in Cali that have been waiting to meet somebody to practice their English with. And so now I don't get a chance to practice my Spanish as much. And so, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But let's pull up your IG, because I really like one of the things that I really like following you on IG regarding the restaurants that you go to in Medellín. Okay. And some of the things that you go to in Medellín. I really, really enjoy those spots. Let's get to some of the spots. I mean, I see that you travel. A lot of guys don't realize that, and I don't know Paola is I keep saying Pi, but Paola is playing golf in Medellín, but Medellín has three amazing golf courses. Okay. And Cali has 2 golf courses there as well. And she's looking, you know, Miss Diva-ish, like always. But I always see you at some amazing restaurants, some amazing eateries throughout Medellín. For example, this spot right here is a really nice spot.
It's a hotel actually very close to, you know, it's in Jerez Park. It's a nice high-end hotel that I would recommend for sure. Yeah,
so when you guys go to her YouTube, to her Instagram, or to her TikTok, you'll see some great spots to go to throughout Colombia to really, really enjoy. What's this area right here?
This is Brazil.
Oh, that's in Brazil? Oh, yeah, you did go to Brazil. That's right. That is right, ma'am. I see you enjoying your beach life. I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Oh, that one with the white dress is my favorite restaurant in Medellin. It's called Ritual. The SNR is amazing. It has good food. If you want to find some good steak like ribeye, picanha, you will find it there. It's good for, for environment, has an amazing view, and it's good food.
Let me ask you this. I watched a YouTube video a couple of months ago that interviewed you in regards to what you look for in a mate. We're going to come back to your IG, but what is it that you or women such as yourself, not just to put you, but you and your girls, if you're looking for a man, I'm not getting your business whether you're single or not single, but for a woman such as yourself, if you were single, let's put it like that, what would you look for in a guy? I know you mentioned in the video that you kind of, like my wife, enjoy being in a relationship with guys from other cultures and in other countries. But what else do you look for in a guy that says, you know what, I'll give him a chance?
A man who is, so there is things that I like. Of course, a masculine man, like he is a man who is consistent, a man who does what he says he's gonna do, and a man who is not easily influenced by his environment. Like, those are like values that I really value in a man. I think that, and of course, if he's family oriented and ambitious, because I think if he has those qualities, he can go broke, but he can never be poor. There is no way a man with those qualities can have a poor mentality.
True.
So, yeah.
That is so true. I'm glad that you said that. A man that's ambitious, because a man that's ambitious can lose it all and still somehow, some way, within 6 months, he's got it all back because he is a part of who he is to accomplish goals, even if things begin to falter. So that's absolutely correct. So she said consistency. You heard what she said, guys. Consistency is what women such as yourself look for. Those are the same qualities that my wife was looking for in me. And Andrea was adamant about the masculine part. She is attracted to a gentleman and a very manly man. She wants to walk in all of her femininity because I walk in all of my masculinity. Go ahead, Paola.
Absolutely, as it should be. I think this modern world, and which I'm part of course, I got it like all like twisted and messed up and making men believe that being masculine is a bad thing, or women thinking that wanting children and being feminine is a bad thing. But actually, no. It's I'm from the coast, and in the coast, like, people still keep certain family values and structures where the men are like very masculine and women are like very, women talk a lot on the coast, but they're more submissive because it's like the guys, okay, you gotta do what I gotta do. Sometimes they even call them machistas, but it's just different than here, than Medellin. So I think a man being masculine is everything for a woman, or at least for a woman with certain, qualities.
True.
And or more traditional. Because there is women that I have female friends that they don't like dominant guys. They don't like guys that, that per se, one of my friends, if a guy will say, okay, I see you in this restaurant at this time, or I'll pick you up if you want me to, whatever. She said, okay, why didn't you let me choose the restaurant? Like, so there is women's like that too. So your masculinity is attractive if it's for a woman who is looking for it, of course.
That's true. That's so true. One of the misconceptions that people have about Colombian women, they believe that most Colombian women are traditional and that there are very few, what we call back home, the modern woman that is, independent and things like that. No matter where you go in the world, guys, there is at least a little bit of the modern woman that feels like I can do it myself. I don't need a man, blah, 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 as much as a traditional woman. But
right.
one thing that I can say is Andrea's family is originally from the Medellin rural areas, kind of like the kind of closer to Pareda area, the Manizales area, just farm people before they came to Cali. And so, Andrea comes from a family that were fighting against the drug lords back in the day. Her great grandfather was a police officer and a high ranking individual back then. And so she comes from, like you said, women from the coast have certain characters and traditional traits. So it is with the women that come from the farm areas. They have very traditional traits as well. And like I keep trying to tell you guys, man, there are so many women in Colombia that have really good character, not just beauty, but good characters that will be the type of woman that you will really enjoy for a lifetime. I got a question for you. We're about to do a Kevin Samuels real quick. Rate yourself from 1 to 10. 10, I'm a diva, I'm all that, I'm the finest.
Oh my God.
Okay, here we go.
Not this.
But you cannot use,
I don't like this question.
You cannot use. So now we already got, I'm gonna tell you something, Paola. Men have already rated you. So whether you want to realize.
Rate me.
No,
guys, rate me on the comment.
No. Here's the rating. Here's the rating. It's not just external beauty, but it also all the internal things that you bring to the table as a Colombiana. Rate yourself in comparison to, all that you bring to the table and not just external beauty. Because I've seen you with Instagram photos with makeup and without makeup. We all know that you're gorgeous. We get that. I've seen you in the gym. We just show you showing off the 6-pack. So I already know that you're looking good. But there are other qualities that you have that are really good and other women in Colombia have that are good. So now you can feel comfortable with rating yourself from 1 to 10. You can't use 7, not just based off of your external beauty, but also the person on the inside. What would you say?
I don't know. I don't like that. I feel like it's so because I feel I'm a great woman in the sense of I have values. I want certain things. I think, I'm beautiful. But scaling myself is like basing what? Like okay, you just mentioned, being the qualities. But who am I comparing myself? Because to rate yourself, you have to be comparing to all the people. True. And then and I'm not trying to compare myself because I feel like every single individual has their own process. And so I don't know. It's just not something that I do. I'm not trying to come off like, she can't rate herself. No, it's just I can't. I just don't know what to give me, honestly, because I would have to compare myself to other people, and then I don't do that.
I'll tell you why I asked that question. I knew what your response was going to be, because I find a lot of Colombianas and women in South America don't think like women in America by rating yourselves. And when I find that Colombian women do, you usually give yourselves lower numbers than who you really are. Like I find Colombian women that are gorgeous and have beautiful demeanors, speak English and everything. And they'll say, well, I'm about a 5, maybe a 6. And you're looking at them like, there is no way in the world you're a 5 or 6. But I find that women are a little bit more humble when it comes to compare themselves to another woman. I noticed that down here. So I kind of knew what your response would be, that you're like, you know what, Andre, that's not my thing, and this is why. And I found a lot of Colombian women that are down here. Now, no matter where you go in the world, there's going to be some divas that I'm a 10, that can't nobody beat me. There are always going to be some women like that. But what I found for the most part, most Colombian women are extremely humble. So let's go, guys. Paola says, okay, you guys, right, that's right. U.S. women could never, that's absolutely correct. U.S. women would never say, you know what, I don't do that. They will easily come up with a number. So let's go ahead, guys. Paola said she gave you the clearance to say, what number do you guys give Paola in all her demeanor, all her beauty, not just external beauty, but also her internal beauty. For what you guys have seen, What would you give her? And you can't use 7. What numbers would you give? Let me see what you guys put in the chat.
This feels so weird.
Yeah, and it should feel weird. But the reason why I say this, and the reason why I have no problem with this, is this reason why. Men do it anyway. Don't ever think that a man is not from a glance or from a conversation. I'm going to say this again. They'll either see you and rate you, or they'll hear you in a conversation and see your inner beauty, and they'll rate you anyway. I did that with my wife. I do that with every person. Every woman that I've ever met falls in a category, a ranking. I don't know why we do it as men, but subconsciously we do that. The guys are putting in 9s and 8s, 10s. Yes, sir. I think so too. I think whoever whoever your man is, or whoever your man was, fumbled, like we say in the States, fumbled the bag. He messed up. Whoever your man is a very fortunate man, because you do give off a lot. You can't use 7, 8s and 9. That's all I'm saying. 8s, 9s, 10s. One brother said 11 and a 10 for the inside, for your inner beauty. A 9.5. There we go.
Thank you guys. I don't know.
yeah, we're not exaggerating. Because of your inner beauty, that's what the ranking is. Not just because of your outer beauty. You have that, but because of your inner beauty. One brother said 12. Shout out to David. He said 12. And another brother said 8. He said 6.5 plus. He said external beauty, a 9.5 divided by 2 is a total of an 8. She is an 8. She's an 8. Total beautiful. Yeah, yes. And that's what men look for. Men who are real men, such as these men in this chat, we look for women that have internal beauty as well as external beauty. I noticed the one thing that you love to do, you love to laugh. That is an internal beauty. Men love a woman that can laugh and enjoy life. And so it's those things.
Also, like, even if somebody here says I'm a 2, I don't, it doesn't really affect me, honestly. But I appreciate the people who is, outstanding in my beauty, physical and internally. But something that I've learned is that you are not everybody's type physically, and that's okay. Because for the people that you are their type, you're going to be a 10 or 9. For the people that you are not their type, you're going to be a 2. And that's fine. It's just like, beauty is for the eyes of the beholder, like, it's just what it is. Maybe a person who likes, somebody with my type of, I don't know how to say, contour, I would be a 9. Maybe that guy likes super skinny women. I'm going to be a 1 for him because I'm zero attracted to him, Right. And that's fine. The only thing is, a lot of people, men and women, can deal with rejections. And I mean, it's not even being rejected. It's just people preferences. And that's fine. You don't have to be liked physically for everybody. And I say this to men too. Not all women are going to find you attractive. Maybe one girl is going to say, oh my God, this guy. And the other guy's like, what are you talking about? And that's fine. Everybody has like different standards. And yeah, I don't really take none of this comment personal. It is what it is. I appreciate it. And that's all I got to say about it.
Yeah, that was kind of funny that you would bring that up, because that was my next question. And I'll ask that in a second. When I said 2, he didn't say 2 like you were 2. He said that like multiply by 2. He said, so my answer, and you multiply it by 2, she's twice the number that I give. That's what he meant by 2. He didn't mean that the number 2. He meant by multiply. Like he said, he said that you're an 8, and then multiply that by 2. Meaning that you're even more of a woman that the average of a woman could be. Now, this is a question I have for you, because you kind of hinted on that. Do Colombian women see most foreign men as future husbands, future boyfriends, future wives? And I'll tell you why I asked that question, Paola. A lot of men like I said, Americans and Europeans think we get off the plane and you women going to automatically want me because I've got money in my pocket and I'm American and I have American citizenship, blah, 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 blah. And they automatically assume that they don't have to go to the gym. They don't have to put on any colognes. Remember, guys, cologne of the day is Fragrance World Imperium. Great fruit fragrance, very masculine, very, oh yeah, that's a good one. Cologne. And so, like I always say, have your cologne game good. But a lot of us make the mistake of believing that just because we get off a plane and we're European or we're Canadian or we're from the US, that most Colombianas are going to be attracted to us. That is not true. Am I correct?
Yes, it is not true, guys. It is not true. And it comes again down to the fact that what women you're talking about, because if it's a woman that she wants the money, yeah, you're going to be 10 out of 10. It doesn't matter how fat you are. Because at the end of the day, she's not for you. She's not being genuine. She just wants, get the benefit out of you. But this is like here or in the States or in China. If two guys goes to the beach and they don't say how much money they have, they don't say what they do, they don't say anything. Just by physical appearance, you put those two guys and you put women to choose. Women are always going to choose the guy who is taking best care of himself. If we remove the money factor, the safety factor, all these factors beside physical appearance, it's true. So the more you take care of yourself, the more you're gonna attract women here or in China, guys. And also, it's gonna determine the type of women you are attracting to your life.
That is so true. That is so true. Even Kevin Samuels and other men have always attested to the fact that women are attracted to men that take care of themselves physically. Like I always say, look good, smell good, make sure that your clothes are ironed. One thing that Colombian women are attracted to is not necessarily the name brand, but are your clothes ironed? Are your clothes, you have a white t-shirt on, is it clean? If you have on jeans, are your jeans ironed and you're clean? What about your tennis shoes? It doesn't matter if you have on Air Jordans or if you have on LeBrons, but if you can have on Converse, but are those Converse clean? That's what. Because
also what foreigners need to understand that just like Latinas are very, feminine, like vanitas, is that word in English? Like they vanity. Take care of themselves, vanity and all that. The guys too. Like in their own in between their own masculine frame, but they do. You sit in Medellín, like tomorrow, Sunday, I go every Sunday running. The amount of people usually running and the guys that you see, like all athletes and the way they present themselves, they can be like from the hood sometimes. And I'm not saying all guys from the hood can dress, but they be looking good in their own clothes and stuff like that. I posted actually here. I don't have I have a YouTube channel, which is this one. I'm gonna start more active on this and post about investment, traveling, and lifestyle. But I do have some shorts posted. And one of my shorts, I'm talking about gringos. You need to stop going on dates to hide in places here in flip-flops, like dressing bad because it's embarrassing. Like, for example, me as a woman that lives here, that works and everything, and I guarantee you, just like your dentist, if I'm gonna go out on a date with you and I'm in a restaurant where it's local people, middle and upper class, I don't want to be seen with a guy that can't present himself in the best way, meaning he can't dress properly for his environment. Why are you wearing flip-flops in a high-end restaurant? And then a lot of people are in the comment, you can see the video, guys is like, oh, but it doesn't matter no, if you're too close to understand that you need to adapt to your environment and circumstances, then you, like me personally, I don't even want to be with a man like that, because it's like me going to the bank in a swimwear, two-piece swimwear. Why would I go to the bank in a two-piece swimwear? I'm not going to swim. I'm not going to show my body on the bank, So adaptability is very important, guys.
Absolutely.
It is very important. Women that are doing something, or even if she's a waitress too, but she's working, a hardworking woman, she don't want to be embarrassed with her friends and maybe the people that could see her in that restaurant with a guy who is like, oh, look at that local gringo there in chanclas, in flip-flops in this restaurant. Because people here do care about, you know, not others' opinion, but definitely their circle's opinion of, oh, she's dating this stupid gringo that can't even, you know. So I'm just being honest, and I'm just speaking for those who are not speaking, guys.
I have to agree 100%. That means, you know what that means, guys? All you guys,
You really know about the dirty side. What you really know about the dirty side.
all you dirty South boys, Carolinas. Go ahead.
Sorry. And I'm just saying in the comment, and no, guys, that doesn't mean you need to come in with a suit and a corbata. How you say corbata in English?
A tie or
a tie.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to come to a tie. You don't have to dress up like Mr. I don't know. You just need to dress accordingly. Like you can put on a pants and a t-shirt that is iron and looks nice, and some clothes, sneakers, and you're fine. What I'm trying to do is when you're too out of the place to be in that place. Like it's just not making sense. Why you wearing like shorts and flip-flop and how you say the shirts that are like just like these?
A tank top, or we call them wife beaters. But it's a tank top for men. They can come in white, they can come in black, they can come in red, but they're just kind of very casual. And guys will have those on. And she's giving you some great. I've said this 100 times, so don't. You are not alone. And now to hear it coming from you, a woman, like I said, you Southern boys that like to wear your sandals, your chungalas, in other words, with your socks. I'm tell you, I have walked away from men here in Colombia that want to walk next to me. I'm like, dude, you're not going to walk next to me in sandals and socks. Hell, are you crazy? Be in Colombia, man. You're not about to embarrass me. So if me as a man who's from the States don't want you walking next to me in Colombia with socks and sandals or chungalas on, how much more a Colombiana or even Colombian men don't want to be walking with you with your socks and sandals? And I know I'm on vacation, Andre. I should be able to dress like I want to with my shorts and my socks and sandals. Dress how you want to. But as adult men, we all know there are repercussions for our actions. So if you only get, here's the kicker. If you only get women that are party girls, pay for play, or scammer women coming your way because you're wearing shorts and sandals and socks, and good women don't come your way, you can't get mad at the results you're getting. You can't get mad because of what took place due to somebody's looking good.
Guys, and also I hear all the time saying, oh, I only bring this to Colombia because people told me don't go there too flashy, you're gonna get robbed, this and that. I get it. But one thing is being flashy and one thing is dressing accordingly. Being flashy is you wearing all these chains outside and then being seen by the local people, oh, this guy is wearing chains and everything. But you can bring your watch, you can bring your sneakers, you can bring like your long pants too, like jeans, not even pants, but jeans, long jeans. True. And that's it. Because let me tell you something, you can even wear here your watch. If you're wearing a Rolex, ain't nobody here gonna recognize a Rolex. Only other Colombian or other foreigners that have money and are able to afford this type of brand are gonna say, that man is wearing a Rolex. And then if it's another Colombian who has that type of money, he's not interested in robbing you. So it's like, of course, but now if you're walking on the street with a chain that say, rob me here, but in diamonds, you're gonna get robbed, especially if you go, to areas that you don't know. But being flashy and dressing accordingly is two different things. And then when people say, oh, I'm just here for a few days and stuff like that. Yeah, if you're here for 2 days just to go to the beach, if you're in Cartagena, that's fine. But Medellín is a city. Hey,
Hello,
how are
everyone.
you?
Let's see who is it.
Paula said
100.
hello.
Hello to Paola too. I know that I got the how do you say the screen
The screen.
and the camera over here. That's what I'm looking for. It is what it is, but I hope that everybody doing great this Saturday. And obviously, hello to Paola. Thank you so much for being Andrea and Andrea Love Crossing Borders. But yeah, hello to everyone. 166 people here. Okay,
Yep.
that's great.
All
That's
right.
great. Okay.
All right, sexy boo.
Take care, everybody. And Paola, thank
Hey.
you so much for being here and clarify all the situation in Medellin and everything. It's crazy, but it is
No,
what it
thank
is.
you guys for having me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, it is color. Mucho color. See. Ooh, is it just as hot in Medellin as it is not? It's hotter here. Goodness gracious. Ooh. Yes, it is super hot in Cali. Feel like
Yeah.
it feels like Cartagena now. But I'm not complaining
Yeah.
because I know Santa Marta. Woo, that's hot.
Yeah, it's actually Medellin weather has changed a lot lately. It's like I don't know what's going on, but not long time ago we were like 35 Celsius at noon, which is pretty much Santa Marta weather, and I was like, that's
Right.
crazy.
Man, wow. Yeah, it is different from Medellin. Cali is starting to, other than, over like the last couple of weeks, Cali is starting to cool down. Like at night, Cali was never known for having a nice cool breeze at night. Now in Cali, you could just open up your window, not if you're on the first floor, but you can open up your window in a cool breeze, just like in Medellin, what used to be, taking place in Cali now. Like I said, over the last couple of weeks, it's been hot, but for the rest of the year, it's been surprising how the weather over the last few years that I've been here in Cali has changed to become a little bit more cooler at night. Some nights you even wear a jacket, and Cali was never known for wearing a jacket at night. So now it's changed a little bit. But the last question I have for you, because I know that you have a busy schedule, and I know I got to get my butt to the gym. Let's look at this last question. Safety. We know that in Medellin, some things have taken place over the last few months where a few guys have lost their lives. What are some of the at least 2 safety tips that you try to give clients or that you would give our audience regarding being safe in Medellin?
Okay, guys, that regardless it is a nice girl that you met in the club and you wanted to bring back home, or a lady that you've been talking for 2 years over the internet and you just met her here, if you bring in her home, make sure that before you leave for that date or for whatever it is that you're going to live with her, tell your security. And now don't tell me you don't speak Spanish, because you are very good at using Google Translator when it comes to translating to the lady. Put in your Google Translator this: Mr. Security, I'm gonna come back with a friend. I will tip you if you make sure that when she leaves, you call me to make sure she can leave. Why? Because that guarantees that first of all, that person, and to check their ID. Now you know that person has an ID, and now if she drugs you, she's gonna get caught and she won't be able to live with your stuff. But also, if she did do something to you, means that they have enough time to call, an ambulance or something in case you need emergency or nurses to, to help you out. So that is a very important thing. Make sure you tip this guy. And I'm telling, that's not a lot of money that you will use there. And tell him, if she's going out, make sure that you call me and ask me if I'm okay, and then she can leave if I give you the go.
It's funny that you would say that in regards to tipping security, because that's what I do just here in our community. You know, in certain upper middle class neighborhoods, there's security guards, and I tip every month the security guards. Every single month since we've been here, I give them a tip because they do such a good job in our neighborhood that I'm going to look out for these guys every month. And I give, 50,000 pesos of appreciation to each security guard per month. That's nothing to me, but to know that I'm secure in our neighborhood, in our community is secure with these men, I tip them all the time. I kid you not. I tip them all the time. If it's a hot day, I'll take bottled waters out to them. If they're outside, I'll make sure that they have exactly what they need, because these are the guys that also pick up my Amazon packages when the mail comes through. So they make sure that I get all my packages. I've never lost an Amazon package. It's those little things. Okay, guys, here's a question for Paola before we shut everything down. If you guys got a question, you better put it in the super chat real quick. Question, Paola, have you ever been rejected? Oh, this is a good question. Have you ever been rejected by a man that you really liked? If yes, did you handle it? How did you handle it in that moment?
Well, we women, we don't really approach guys. So for us to get rejected is not like something very usual. But I will say that, when you just tell your friend, oh, I like that guy, and you have this like girl's friend that they be and talk to the guy and say that, you like them. It happened to me. And then the guy was like, oh, but she's not really my type. And she came by, so like, she was trying to like sugarcoat it, is how you say it. And I was like, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, it is what it is. It's like if a guy that comes that I'm zero attracted to, he can be a great, amazing man, but I'm not attracted to him, and that's fine. I didn't feel in that moment any type of way, to be honest with you, because I feel like I had the men that I wanted to have in my life. So I don't know. It's like my confidence and my self-esteem didn't depend on a guy validated me by saying, okay, I like her back or not,
I got a one question for you. At what age do mostly, from your experience of being Colombiana, of course, do you notice that most Colombian women start to get serious about looking for marriage? I'm not saying they're the ones that look for the man, but at what age do you really notice that women say, okay, now that I've done this, whether it be school, whether it be career, whether it be a good job, at what age do you notice Colombian women normally start to say, okay, I don't want him to just be my boyfriend. I want him to ask me to marry him. In the United States, Kevin Samuels used to say that the age 27, is the age where women should really start getting really serious. In Colombia, what age is that?
So, here we have the social pressure of having children, because people see you like, okay, like even me, my niece is asking me, Auntie, are you not gonna get married? And I'm like, mind your business, little girl. But because it's seen like, okay, you're partially you're accomplished as a woman is doing those things too, I don't know about an age, but I will say when the women feel like she's with a man, they don't mind getting married even if they're 22 or 23 or 24 and having children. My group of friends that are like all in the sense of all friendship, most of them are married and with children now.
Okay.
So, and they are in between. One of them is 26, 25. 27, yeah, around those age.
Okay. I can see that. 25, 26, 27. That's right around. Yeah. That's right around that time period.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just want to say we appreciate you being here for the last 2 hours plus. we want to say thank you. You are always invited here, especially since you plan on expanding your YouTube platform. So anytime you want to, build up your subscriber count, things like that, shout out to IQS, International Quiet Storm, for all the information about Paola and her channel, her Instagram that he's been posting into the chat. So, excuse me. So guys, make sure that you support her TikTok, support her Instagram, as well as support her other platforms such as YouTube. She says she's going to be posting more on there. In closing, Paola, is there Paola?
Yes, guys, subscribe to my channel here too. I'm going to be posting videos.
That's right. That is right. So she's definitely going to be putting some more content. She, like I said, what I do like on her Instagram, one of the things that Andrea and I follow is all the great restaurants and the spots to enjoy for those of us that don't want to be among the average tourists, that want to go to some of the high class spots in Medellín as well as throughout Colombia. She shows you some great spots, as well as, I noticed this about Paola's Instagram as well as some spots that may not just be high class, but they're outside of the normal area. So there may be a restaurant that's like a little bit outside of town, but it's really nice mom and pop restaurant, and it's a beautiful atmosphere, beautiful theme. So on her Instagram, you'll see some great places that you can enjoy throughout Medellín, and not the same old spots of El Poblado that everybody seems to go to. There are a lot of places for you to enjoy, guys. Do you have anything that you want to say in closing, Paola?
No, guys, just remain, respectful, either in Colombia or any country you are, not only to women, but to everybody in general, because you never know. This is like general conscious, and you never know what people are going through. And especially in countries like this, when people are like struggling to succeed and to make it in life, it can be very frustrating. Just like the taxi driver today is having a bad day, and now he has this like rude gringo that thinks because he's coming here with money, he can like treat him like shit, but he has already life going on. So it's very, not nice in general. Respect women, respect men, respect everybody. Be conscious and educate yourself before coming to these countries, before you come. Do not believe in every single thing you see on the internet and on YouTube about people that visit in those countries, because of course sometimes those guys want to look like, oh yeah, I'm the main character, like those girls really likes me, but they are really paying. So don't let them show you how you can treat the women that you are interested in that are not, into that space. And when it comes to the safety, remember, keep yourself safe, tip that guy, communicating, make sure that guy has an ID, and you will save yourself a lot of troubles.
That's true. Make sure she has an ID. That's right. Great advice. Make sure she has an ID, as well as she mentioned earlier, make sure that before you go out for the night, or even throughout the day, tip your security guy. Hey, I might be bringing a little lady friend back here. Here's a tip. Do not. And if it's two security guys, tip them both. I'm telling you, it is well worth the tip than the headache that you would have if you don't tip.
Also, do not let sunglasses in a lady, ¿cómo se dice? Como confuse you. Those ladies with the glasses are lately the one doing all the bad things. The one that are looking in, in the working their places with the high heels and everything, they there because of the money. They gotta get their job done and they're gone. But all these girls in Tinder and Bumble with the glasses, oh my God, I like you so much, they're looking so innocent, are the ones doing all these disasters. So, and I'm telling you this because one of my clients that I have in one of the properties, he got drugged like 3 weeks ago, and I have to handle absolutely everything for 2 days with him. And the lady knew how to do it. And just to talk a little bit about it, she was smart because look what she did. He was like, oh, what are you gonna do? I was like, oh, we go, let's go somewhere public because it's the first time meeting you and I will not be comfortable. Let's go maybe for food or an ice cream or something in a public space. What did she do right there? generate trust in his mind, because it's like, oh, she's looking out for herself. Like she doesn't want to be exposed to something that is not very safe for her, which is like, I don't think, she's the victim in this case.
Right.
She put herself in the victim position, so there's no way she could be the predator. Because of that, they did get food, and I was like, oh, we can go and just, play some music and whatever. And she said, no, I don't feel like that. I was like, no, but you're fine. I called you an Uber. She was playing it the whole time. They went to his place, and they slept and everything. It didn't even happen through the night. In the morning, I guess they got home late, I don't know. But in the morning, when she was asked, like, oh, I would like to cook something for you. Do you have food for me to cook? She went to the kitchen. She cooked him some eggs and some milk. When he ate it, he passed. When he woke up, he didn't have his computer. He didn't have his phone, credit cards, things of value like his Apple Watch and, some of the watches that he has with him. So imagine, she played the victim, so there cannot be like a possibility in your mind that she could be the predator. So be very careful. Those girls know what they're doing, and they now working with a hackers group in Medellín.
Yes,
for what?
ma'am.
Because selling a phone, there's not much that they can do. I know personally guys that got 45,000 stolen from his bank account, and it was converted into crypto, which means he could do nothing. Because as soon as it's like, and they stole his wallet of cryptos and stocks that he has, he lost a lot of money. So now it's not only just an ignorant girl from the barrio trying to steal you, they're working hand to hand with hackers. So when they steal your phone and your computer, they can log into your email, bank accounts, and whatever, where they can get money from you. So guys, be very careful. I know you want pleasure. I know you want what you want, but be smart about it. Also, if you're looking like, if that's what you're looking for, instead of going to a Tinder to find a working girl woman, go to a club, because in that club of working women, those guys know her. She goes there every day,
True.
versus somebody on whatever that is gonna disappear. And I'm not saying giving tips of where to get women, because I mentioned no places. I'm just saying because it's still gonna happen. So if it's still gonna happen and you're still gonna do it, it's my part as a business owner that operates in the industry to make you aware of, of how to move sometimes.
That is so true. Wow. In the eggs. And I know I'm going to let you go, but I got one more question for you, if you don't mind. When I first came to Colombia, I saw a YouTube video, and it was by Colombians, and they said that the best way to, and I didn't understand it in the beginning, they said the best way to meet good Colombian people, just men and women in general, is through somebody else anyway. So connect with, go to salsa classes, or go golfing groups, tour groups, become a part of the community, and they'll introduce you to somebody cool, because they know this person. They know she's a good person because she's a part of their friend group. Does that still, do you think that still applies? The best way to meet somebody is through somebody?
Absolutely. When you're part of a community, there's nothing more organic than meeting people organically. You're now in a salsa class, or you're now in a brunch place event, or you're now in this painting art class or whatever, or in this, even where there is guys, there is girls. So if you go to a sport, to a football match to play with the local guys, they're going to be girls there that can introduce you to their girlfriends too. So it's just a little thing. Now, I know that guys that are here for 5 or 6 days don't have the time to do all this, because they also want to see part of the city. And this is most likely the ones that are getting into these problems. Be aware, take your safety steps, and you should be fine. But always have, guys, self-awareness. Don't think because you're big, or you go to the gym, or you're strong, or you're tall, or you're pretty, or you're handsome, you're not gonna fall into the trap of those women. You will, because the more than you think that can be you, it will be you.
Wow. That's a good point. And that was a good tip that you gave in regards to some women walking around with glasses trying to look innocent and sweet. And there could be some of the main ones that are coming after guys. Well, guys, I don't want to hold Paola up. Like I said, I know that she has a busy day, and I know you guys do. We're going to hit these super chats, and then we're going to get up out of here. But let me let Paola go. I want to say thank you very much for coming to Love Crossing Borders, Andrea Wales and Andre's show. And you are always, and I mean always, welcome back. We always love presenting and showcasing positive women that are doing some amazing things throughout Colombia. Is there, well, now, in regards to communication and your business, what way is the best way for guys to reach out to you? Is it Instagram? Is it a Facebook? Is it an email?
Instagram. Yes, okay. Instagram right now. I'm creating my website. I'm actually talking with the developer, and hopefully soon I'm going to have the website out. For now, it's Instagram, which is, you can contact me and I will be directing my personal one, or my Instagram business is Ultimate Colombia, or it's in my profile too. Like, you can just click it there and it will show you my business page. It's Ultimate Colombia.
Yeah. All right. Let me see if I can pull that up to share with the guys. Yes, I see that. Your Ultimate Colombia. So I'm going to drop that one as well. Let me drop that in the description for you guys. The Ultimate Colombia. There we go. Because we want you to get, as much business prospects as possible in regards to if you guys are going to be relocating to Colombia, or if you're just coming to visit and you need some assistance. You got the right person there for you in Medellín, and Paola. Shout out to you being here. We appreciate you.
Thank you very much, Andrea, and thank you guys for being so respectful and listening and supporting the community. Again, everything that I say is not from a hate standpoint. I don't hate Americans. I don't hate nobody. I'm just saying that the ones that are doing bad need to watch themselves, and the ones that are need to tell them ones doing bad to they affecting your name too. And yeah, that's really it, guys. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy your day.
All right.
And thank you, Andre, for having me.
Oh yeah, anytime. I'm glad Andre got a chance to peek in as well.
Yeah, it was good to see her. Okay, guys, bye.
Bye. All right, guys, that was great. That was excellent information. Excellent questions being answered, as well as great audience, man. You guys are the best. Shout out again to my man, International Quiet Storm, man, for all that he just continued to make sure that the information was dropped and and make sure that everything that needed to be said was being shared. So shout out to International Quiet Storm for all that. Let me get to these super chats out here, because I know you guys. Normally, I will go through the super chats as we go, but there was so much that we wanted to get into when it came to this interview, and I want to make sure that she got all the information shared with you guys. And so I hope that was great for you guys that didn't make it in the beginning. You definitely want to go back and watch this one from the beginning. At least the first 30 minutes, we're just talking about, shout outs to everybody. But then after the first 30 minutes, you're going to enjoy the rest of the show with Paola. Let's get to these super chats real quick. Shout out to you guys that support the channel. Appreciate you all. Let's see. And if I missed a question, guys, forgive me in the super chat. I think we got this one. Miss Paola, in America, men don't like being silenced. Don't like being silenced. Then you will silence. Then we, by choice, will be silenced when we give women compliments. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Since you are in Colombia, we want to tell you you are a lovely woman, respectfully. Yes, she is. Inside and out. Really good. Good woman. I'm telling you what, I'm telling you now, whoever scoops her up, man, like I knew whoever scooped up Andrea Well, he got a keeper, so that's why I scooped her up. And whoever scoops her up, seriously, yeah, he got him a keeper. That's for real. That's serious. Shout out to my man Will once again. He said, "Wow, what happened to go home?" He said, "What happened to good home training with winning the hearts and minds?" Yeah, dude, Will, you would think Pookie and Ray Ray had a daddy and a mama, but they act like they didn't have nobody that raised them. You would think. Shout out to you for the $9.99 and also once again for the $1.99. He says, "Sally, this is what makes it hard for good men." Yes, the dudes that aren't good men, they always follow us. Okay. None of us can put in the comment section, name one country that Pookie and Ray Ray went to before we went to. I can't name one. Fellas, if us good brothers go to Alaska and say Alaska is the place to be, guess who's going to be running up behind us within a few months? Pookie and Ray Ray. If we said Antarctic or the Arctic is the place to be, you missing out on the Eskimoan women, the Viking women. Do you know Pookie and Ray Ray will run their happy tail right behind us? They never discover things themselves. That's the one thing I noticed that is a sign of a Pookie and a Ray Ray. They never go to a country first or second. They always are like 60th. They come to tear everything up. Shout out to you again, Will. They do make it hard for us good brothers. Kings of Dreams with the $20 super chat. He says, "Good vibes on a Saturday." Yes, sir. Big ups to Dre and Paola. He said, "Guys, you need to show respect to people and carry yourself with dignity." That's true. And most of you guys do. I can't say that. Great content. Side note, free VYBS cartoon. I see you got me. That must be something in the States. I wouldn't know. Shout out to you, Kings. But other guys might know what that is. Donnie in the building. Shout out to you as well as Kings. He said, "This question for both of you. Is Colombia's strict on use of drones? I'm a drone." Oh, I got a good one. They have restrictions on what areas you use. There are many individuals that come here to use their drone. I remember when Ace Live came here to Cali when he first got his drone, and I forgot how it's like I don't know if it's a website that he was going to on his phone or app, but he was able to pull up before he put his drone in the air. He was able to pull up. Could he use it on this block, or did he have to take his drone to the next block? So Colombia has no problem with you bringing a drone, but there's certain areas that you can't use it in. Isn't that right, Kings and Dreams? Because we both know somebody that used their drone and almost got themselves in big trouble here in Cali, Colombia. Not talking about Kings. I'm not talking about Kings, but we both, Kings and Dreams, I both know somebody that did that. And yeah, at the wrong place, at the wrong time. And the president and the vice president was present. You do not put a drone in the air in any country, and you know the president and vice president is in the vicinity. You think you might get in trouble for that? But c'est la vie. But yeah, one thing about Colombia and its drones, there is no restrictions on using your drone. It's just the restrictions in regards to the areas that you can use your drone. Like my boy Scotty B, we used to go to the mountaintops and he would fly his drone all throughout the region here in Cali, and there was no problem with using his drones. So shout out to you, brother. That was a good question. Kings of Dreams, that's a bad look. No Pookies allowed. Absolutely. We need that t-shirt. We need that t-shirt right there. No passport Pookies allowed. Official Kobe said they are losers in the U.S. as well. The minority. Yes, that's a good point. They are losers and the minorities. They are not the majority of men that travel. My man Kevin is in the building once again of the Crawford family. He said, good morning, guys. Sorry I missed the start. Finally got a chance to jump on looking good. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That was a great interview with Paola. I'm so proud of her and all that she does, man. I mean, she everything that you look for in a you know, and I don't know her day to day, Paola, like I know day to day Andrea, but thus far, everything that a dude would look for in a really good Colombiana, that's what she does. I mean, I need a woman to go to the gym. That's what she does. I need a woman that's an outdoors woman. That's what I need. That's what she does. I need a woman that could dress up. That's what she does. I need a woman that could go to sporting events and dress down. That's what she does. I mean, she checks off so many positive boxes. Career woman, business woman, caring woman that she wants a family. She doesn't want to be single. She's said it in other live streams that she's looking for that right person, Mr. Right. I'm telling you, man, whoever's, man, listen, okay, y'all keep on playing. Y'all keep on playing. And there are millions like her. That's the part. That's my point. I'm not saying just her. Dude, I see women like her all the time. And dudes don't give them the time of day. It be having me rolling. I don't see how y'all be doing that, man. But you will literally walk past some of the hottest women that are doing amazing things. And she's right. Going to the meet and greets, going to the WhatsApp groups. I mean, not WhatsApp groups, but the meetup groups, going to the language exchange bars, going to the Gringo Tuesday in every major city in Colombia, Gringo Tuesday, meeting women there. I know plenty of dudes that met Austin went to Gringo Tuesday, met a very nice young lady there. Not saying that he about to get married or nothing, because, you know, Austin traveling. But my point is that he went to Gringo Tuesday here in Colombia, in Cali, and met a really nice young lady there. So when guys sit back and try to pretend that I'm only here for 5 days, okay, cool. Go to Gringo Tuesday or go take a salsa or bachata class. But you cannot say that there aren't good women in Colombia and try to make it seem like Colombia, man, I ain't going there no more. It's man, the women aren't good. No, the party women aren't good. The scammers aren't good. The beautiful bottom feeders, like Paola says, that wears the glasses and try to look innocent, they aren't good. Some of, not all, some of the pay-for-play women aren't good. Not all of the pay-for-play women aren't good. I'm not saying that. Why? There are women that look at it like a business. Most of them do. It's a transaction. You want intimacy. They want money. Here's the money. Here's the intimacy. I'll see you next time you come in town. Most pay-for-play women, whether they be at a club or bar or a brothel, that's how they are. But there is that small pool that mess it up for all the other ladies and make all the other ladies look bad. Shout out to my man Prime. Oh, wait a minute. I think I missed Donnie. Let me make sure. I got that. Okay, I got Kevin. Donnie, Paula I'm so sorry that you went through this incident. Yeah, that's sad. That's really sad that her and her girl just minding their own business in public. In public. And this is not the first time I've heard that foreigners of any color have been disrespectful here in Colombia. I'm going to tell y'all something for real. That's one of the reasons why that's why I don't mess with every brother from the States. Because some dudes grimy, man, and will put me in a situation that I ain't got no business being in. And if you think Colombians won't pull a machete out on you, okay, keep on playing, boy. I see these machetes around here all the time. You will come up missing, and I ain't trying to come up missing with you. So if I act funny style around certain dudes, flip-flops and socks, don't take it personal, but do take it personal. Oh, Andre funny style, man. He wasn't uppy that nigga. Whatever you want to call me, I don't care. But I don't hang out with nobody with flip-flops and socks and you outside of Cartagena, Santa Marta, and Berequia. You ain't got no business walking around Colombia and they telling you ain't gonna get the coochie. Colombian women are telling you are not gonna get the coochie with flip-flops and your striped socks on. Hell no. With shorts on. I told Austin, you need to do yourself a favor. What? Take them damn shorts off. You're not in Africa anymore. This is Colombia. He laughed, and next time I saw him, he had on pants. Why? A, the mosquitoes were eating him up. B, that was funny. But B, he realized, okay, I'm in another country, another culture. I got to dress the part. I can't go to Gringo Tuesday with shorts on. That's not going to work. So it is. You Southern dudes, like I said, Louisiana, Alabama, Tennessee, North Kakalaka, ATL, all you dudes that like to walk through the South with your socks and your sandals on. No, bro, that don't fly down here. And I see y'all all the time, and I walk right away. I said, ooh, let me walk away. Socks and sandals. Y'all need to stop it. And yeah, I'm sad that Paola went through that incident, but I'm glad that she shared her story. Andrea, I know ninjas 100%. They're like pigeons taking a crap over the. Yep, that's true. He said, I could care less what Chad's doing. Brother's supposed to be representing us in a good light. You would think, brother. You would think that we could finally have an incident to where we let the white boys look bad. We got passports now. We can sit back and let the white boys look bad, and we could be with the other people and say, I told y'all how them white people are. Y'all didn't believe us when we were in America. Now look at them. Can't do that. Why? Because we out there acting the ass along with the white boy. You can't point at the white boy if you acting like the white boy. You can't be mad at the white brothers when they sit back and they do some stupid stuff. Why? Because we doing the same stupid. So at the end of the day, yeah, we got to get it together, brothers. Even if the white brothers don't get it together, shout out to the white boys. But if they don't get it together, that still doesn't mean that we need to be out here acting the dang fool, acting like Andrea says this. Let me end it with this. Andrea says this, and you know Andrea is like hang around 99.9% black people. She said American black men act like they ain't never had pussy before. Like y'all ain't never seen a pretty woman before. Like American women are just that ugly that y'all come to other countries and y'all lose y'all god dang mind. This is what Andrea says. This, I ain't putting the words in her mouth. She said this several times. She just scratches her head and says, I do not get why American black men who are so attractive to other women around the world play themselves as if they're not attractive. I'll say that again. She does not understand why we as black men who are attractive to women around the world treat ourselves as if we aren't attractive to women around the world. She doesn't get it. I don't get it either. We treat ourselves like shit. We put Colombian women and Brazilian women on these high-ass pedestals. I'm going to tell you something. I'm so the opposite of that. And I don't want to ramble, but I will. When you live in a country with that much beauty, you finally get it. You don't put beauty on a pedestal anymore. Why? It's so much of it. That's like saying, that's like going into a grape vineyard or an apple orchard and you're hoarding one apple. And everybody's looking at you like, dude, why are you fighting over one apple? This is an apple orchard. This is a grape vineyard. you get used to it's funny, man. You just get used to being around. I guess my eyes are spoiled. You get used to being around extremely beautiful, feminine women. You just get, it's just a part of what it is. And so when dudes sit back and act a dang fool, it's just embarrassing and it's sad and it's uncalled for. Shout out to the Kobe in the building. And thank you very much, Prime One, for the $20. Yeah, we got to get it together. The Kobe says, he says, manners, etiquette, preach, brother. Manners, etiquette, intelligence, and decency need to be the foundation of how you represent yourself to the United States. Oh, he didn't say that. Oh, to Canada. Oh, he didn't say that. Oh, to UK. The brother said you should do that to represent yourself to the world. No matter where we land as passport bros, remember, no matter where we go, we have to remember that we're representing ourselves to the world.
Can't you see I got a passport? I got a passport. Hey, I got a passport.
And I know you're dancing in the street because you got your passport, but that doesn't give you the right to be an ass with a passport. Some of you dudes put the word ass in passport. I'll say it again. There are guys that have put the word ass in passport. Some guys believe you cannot have a passport without the word ass. They just gotta act the ass. That's not most of us. And so what our brother just said, manners, etiquette, intelligence, and decency, even if you're only in a country for 3 to 5 days, act like you got those. God dang, because you might want to come back to that country. Shout out to my man Prime once again with the $5. He said, I meant some brothers leave bird droppings all over the place they travel, Andre. That boy. If I had $1 every time I saw a brother or a sister, I'm going to say this again, or a sister here in Cali, Colombia, come down here and embarrass us brothers. Some sisters being loud as can be, big as can be. You think sisters are big. You don't realize how big sisters are in the States until they are out of the States and you look at them in comparison to the rest of the women in the world. When you're in the States, you kind of like see so much of it. You just kind of like, huh, that's just another sister. Ah. When you see sisters from the States outside of the States, you be like, God dang, they big. I didn't realize how linebackerish many sisters, not all, because I'm not talking about all sisters, but I ain't funny style. We got a few linebackers in our family. See, the men, you know, we looking dapper. I could say that about the Taylor Spence men. We all looking good. And I don't think we got no big dudes too big among the men, but the ladies in the Taylor Spence family, yeah, we got some women that from Detroit could have blocked Barry Sanders, yeah. So don't act like my family's the only one that got some of them linebackers in it. But when you see them from and there are brothers that are they, like you said, leave bird droppings everywhere. Like I said, there are brothers that treat other countries like they're rental cars. That's not a good thing. Shout out to my man Jonathan in the building. I know you've been here for a while, Jonathan. He said, Dre, You know, he said I read that one earlier, but shout out to you. He said, got to pay dues. He said, I don't have my passport. Currently working on it, but will say, Unc, I'm checked out. Hey, Jonathan, I was the same way. I was checked out, and I was checked out and didn't even know I was checked out. A year before I moved to Colombia, a year before my first trip to Colombia, I didn't even have my passport. All I was hanging out with in Tampa were foreigners. If you weren't from Venezuela, Cuba, Colombia, Puerto Rico, which is not that foreign, I wasn't dating you. You couldn't get a date from me if you was an American woman, American bred, born and raised American. And I don't know what happened. It was just something just clicked. And I just, all of a sudden, my mind just went foreign women. And living in Florida is easy to go that route. I didn't even notice I was checking out. Not even half a year later, I got my passport. Not even but months after that, I was going to other countries, and then I decided to go to Medellín as one of those countries. I mean, one of those locations. And so when you say you checked out, brother, take it from me. I checked out before I had my passport too. I was done, man. I was tired. Shout out to Kings. He say, tired of those ninjas ruining vibes. Yes, sir. You are absolutely correct. Shango said, he said, the Pookies and the Ray Rays need to just stay in ATL. Oh my God. Oh, brother said,
What you really know about the dirty side? What you really know about the dirty side?
They need to keep their tail right where they belong. I ain't mad at you, brother. I'm not mad at you. Oh, speaking of Houston, let's get this pulled up for us right now. Let me see if I can pull this up for us. We are going to be going to the Black Manosphere Conclave 2024. If you guys have not gotten your tickets yet, I don't know why you haven't. The Black Manosphere Conclave is in Houston, Texas this year. Let me pull this down for a second, brother. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a good one. It is going to be a good one. So let me share this screen with you guys, let you guys see what's going on with the conclave. All right. Let's see. There we go. Black Manosphere Conclave. All right. Here's what we're looking at, gentlemen. The type of men we are. Yeah, this is going to be at least 300 to 400 brothers that are there. There is as you can tell, there is a dress code, whether it be a button-down shirt, whether it be a blazer, whether it be a suit, but you got to come as a grown man, as many of us do. And right now, the price is only for the three-day event. This is a 3-day event, not just 1 day, 3-day event. I'll be there. We'll be hanging out. And it will be $95 early bird for you guys. $95 early bird. So make sure that you guys book your tickets. It's September 6th to the 8th, as we just saw a second ago. Also join the membership. You can register right here for your ticket. So you can do that. Also, other things that the website offers. So I'm going to be dropping that website, the link, so you guys can take advantage of that in Houston, Texas. These are the speakers that'll be speaking. You got my man Shining, good man, good dudes. You got some good dudes. Jason, Theo, Obsidian. Oh man. Carnell in the building. There's gonna be some good speakers. Then you got yours truly, Andre speaking. So I'll be there speaking on international travel as an international travel expert. Here is the agenda for all 3 of the days. So you guys get a chance. That's just day 1. We got day 2 popping up. Then you got day 3. So I'll be speaking on September 8th from 3:30 to 4:30 in regards to the use of your passports and stats and facts. You guys know me, statistics. 4 reasons most never leave. You know my 4 reasons. We're going to talk about that. 4 reasons for leaving. You know we're going to talk about that. And how it's done step by step, your relocation. So it's going to be a consultation for only $95. 3 days. I'm telling you guys, you're going to have a great time. A great time. So make sure that you guys are there all 3 days, and then you can fly back home, or in some cases drive back home. But definitely you want to be a part of that and get those tickets right now before the prices go up, because we all know yesterday's prices are not today's prices. Shout out to you in regards to ATL and Houston. And don't be going down there messing with them Houston women. Yeah, I've heard things. Shout out to you guys, the 126 that are still here in the building. Shout out to you guys. He said, I'm looking for an expat position in South America for oil and gas industry, specifically the engineering side. Find that, and I'm happy and gone. There are opportunities down here. And if I were you, you know what? I'm going to tell you guys something. You guys are sleeping on ChatGPT. That statement, I kid you not, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. That statement right there, I would say ChatGPT as my expat relocation expert and my career counselor when it comes to international oil and gas industry. I mean this, exactly what I'm saying. I'm looking for an expat position in South America, preferably these 3 countries. And here's why. I would tell my wife for those countries, specifically on the oil and engineering side, give me at least 5 companies that are hiring for so forth and so forth and so forth. Give me their addresses as well as websites where I can go apply for positions. And all of a sudden, ChatGPT, and I'm talking about the paid version, stop being cheap. Well, bruh, kid you not. Everything. Okay, you think I'm playing? Every question I asked Paola, that's exactly what I got it from ChatGPT. All the questions that I asked her today, I said, ChatGPT, you are my advisor for my YouTube channel. You're the manager. We have a special guest coming on. This is what she does. These are some of the things that are taking place in Medellín, Colombia right now. I talked about dudes getting scoped, the Airbnbs, relationships, so forth. ChatGPT, I need 3 titles for a YouTube channel for this interview. Please also give me the descriptions to put in the description box. 3 descriptions, as well as give me 10 to 20 questions to ask this guest based off of a ChatGPT on my phone. 3 titles. The descriptions. And I said, give me 3 titles that will go viral and get views on YouTube, as well as Facebook. Shout out to you guys watching from Facebook. And I need 20 questions. And I noticed I didn't use all 20 questions. But ChatGPT said that. If it were me, that's exact. Shango, that's exactly what I would do. If I were you, I would go back. We are at 3 hours and 6 minutes. If I were you, I would go back to the 2 hour and 50 minute mark. Between 2 hours and 50 minutes, I say 55 minutes, 2 hours 55 minutes, and the 306, and I would clip that. And I would take everything that I just said, and I would put it in ChatGPT and you guys are not taking advantage of AI that's available for you for foreign countries. You guys could use ChatGPT. It could give you the name of the person. Some of you guys are like, I want to buy some property in Medellín. Cool. I sat back and I was like, ChatGPT, I need 5 English-speaking real estate brokers in Colombia, in Medellín, that work, for example, that works with foreigners in the past that have the company has been around for more than 20 years. I need their name, the phone number, and the website to each one of these real estate firms and the individuals that can help me out. ChatGPT, because you are, remember, you got to always give ChatGPT a position, because you are my expat manager or my expat liaison who's helped me out in the past, over the past 5 or 10 or 15 years. You're just talking. I need this information. Please highlight the names and the phone numbers. And ChatGPT will literally and highlight that person's name. A ChatGPT, go back in and highlight the names in green. You put it in blue. There is no dude. Okay. And I'm not, you see, some of you guys still think AI is cheesy. And that is like, it's almost like we used to back in the day, used to be able to shake that little round 8 and say, 8, what is my girlfriend? Does my girlfriend like me or not? Yes. Cool. And you would shake the little 8 ball. And no, that is not ChatGPT. Some of you guys still treat AI like it's a game or like it's a fad or like, oh, well, it's you know, it's not necessary. Bull. It's gathering all the information globally. You've told it what to do. You've given it a position. Always give ChatGPT a position. You are my YouTube manager for the last 5 years. You are my when it comes to health, you are my nutritionist, and you've been one of the best nutritionists in the over the last 30 years. You've written several books on how to be healthy with a liquid diet. I need, you see how I gave ChatGPT a position as a nutritionist? You give it a position and then you ask it what you want it to do. That's how you do that. That question right there, I kid you not, that's what I would do. I would clip that section that like I said, go back to if I were you, I would go back to 2 hours and 55 minutes and 3 hours and 6 minutes, and I would clip that and I would literally put in ChatGPT what Andre said and watch it all come out. I do that with my investments here in Colombia. I'm like, oh, where do I invest? ChatGPT to the rescue, as well as Genesis and other AI platforms. Yeah, take advantage of those guys. Shout out to my man Growth once again, and make sure you drop the link to your channel so we can subscribe. Growth. Shout out to you guys that are still here, 118. And he says, Dre, show an idea if you could could you have Andrea and Paola on the same time talk about how they stand out in their 20s. That is a good topic. That is a good topic. Thank you, brother. He said, was it their education, upbringing, or both? I think it was both. I think it was both. It's rare that we see women like them in their 20s, especially early 20s. I would have never thought, as far as looks and her energy, yeah, early 20s. But as far as, if you look at Paola's Instagram, dude, she does not carry herself like, look at me, bitches. It's yeah, that's true. That we see women, especially in the States, y'all too, the women in the States too busy trying to hands on your knees, hands on your knees. And the only reason I know that part of that song, I never heard the song before, is because I heard little kids singing that part on like a TikTok video. Hands on your knees. I'm like, okay, I don't know what that is, but you're a 4 because you're a 4 only because you know too much English. Okay. Like she said, hey, that's up to you. He said, I understand I'm from South Carolina and I agree with everything you say. Shout out to you, brother, for being here. Gabrielle is in the building. Shout out to you, brother. D-Pain, thoughts and opinions. He says, so moral of the story, dress up, no jewelry. Yes. You can have a watch on. I got a watch on. I'm always got a watch on. So you got to have a decent, nice, decent watch. Some of you guys have your expensive earrings. There's nothing wrong with those things. But when you come with these big chunky chains, no, man, it's not even worth it. Well, if I can't wear my chunky chains, that's a country I don't need to go to. If you must wear your chunky chains, then you might not want to be in this country. You're right. If you gotta have your chunky chains, so be it. You may not want to be here. But I'll say it like this. Your chunky chains ain't gonna get you the coochie no faster than a dude in a t-shirt. I mean that. That's one thing I do notice about Colombia. You don't see, you see all these fine Colombian women, don't you? And you see them with their 1 or 2 kids. And you see how Colombian men dress. A regular polo shirt, a white or blue button-down shirt, guts sticking out. Like they say, Colombian men are built like Bugs Bunny, guts sticking out. There is nothing sexy about most Colombian men. I put it out there. I'm a dude. Y'all can put the paws and all that. I don't do that stuff. But there's nothing that says like, I can see him with that hot chick. No, most Colombian dudes, you be looking like, how the he get her? Am I lying? Am I the only one that noticed that when you in Colombia and you look at Colombian men, you be like, what the? How the hell he had 2 kids by her? He must got money. And most Colombian dudes ain't got no money. So you like, how the he get her? He must know Spanish. So yeah, no jewelry, man. It ain't called for because it ain't gonna get the coochie for you no faster. IQ, I got the IQ in this question. Shout out to IQ once again. He said, Paola, have you ever been rejected? And she answered that one. And that's true. Most Colombian women expect you to be the masculine one and approach them. That's why most Colombian women don't know what rejection is as far as approaching a guy or being interested in a guy and being rejected. Because they are so set in their femininity that femininity says the man approaches the woman doesn't approach the man. Now some women, if they know you got money and you balling, they'll run after you like they're fans, like if you're an entertainer or a movie star or something. But the average guy, most women will hang around you. Those are party girls and leeches. So those are leeches, not real women. That's in any country. But yeah, most Colombian women, they'll look at you. They'll give you that look like, come hither. But if you don't come, you don't get the number. Shout out to my man, Uncle Luke in the building. The 1980 boys. He said, question, Andre, what do you do if what do you think about El Salvador as far as marriage for men who want love overseas? Colombia may not be the way anymore. That could be true for many men. I agree with that. When it comes to El Salvador or any country, I'll say this, and you guys can attest to this. It's always up to you. If you're a quality dude, it don't matter where you go. The universe will give you quality women. That I learned. I've lived in 6 states across the country. I've been to several countries around the world, and I can attest to this. Most of the women that I've dated around the world, including the States, including Canada, they were quality women. Why? Because I purposely walk as a quality dude. Even when I was out there being a boy toy and being single man and bachelor of the year behavior like a lot of you guys, I still act like I had some dang sense in my head. And since I act like I had some sense in my head, I wasn't just sleeping and smashing Aisha and Keisha down the street. Oh, no. I was smashing Aisha's boss's boss. Those females, those are the ones that I was smashing. The females with the 5-6 bedroom houses, those were the ones that I was smashing. Why? Because I was a quality dude. So that behavior followed me no matter where I went. And I married a quality woman. Why? Because quality people attracts like. Even though we say in certain instances, opposites attract when it comes to personality traits, like will always attract like. That's a law of the universe. Always attract like. So no matter how you are, whatever you are like in the States, you will be like that and attract women that are like the women that you attracted in the States in another country. So the question is, what type of person are you like? You with me? That's gonna be the kicker, LJ in the building, my dude. What are some of the best vegan spots in Colombia? We got one right around the corner, and I might be going there for lunch. There's an Afro-Colombian vegan restaurant that is amazing. Colombia has some really, really good vegan restaurants, and I mean 100% vegan, but they've got vegan burgers, and they've got vegan lasagna, and they've got vegan tortillas, and vegan, and they're really, really good, and you'll get full. And I'm telling you, man, it's good. Yeah, I'm going to the vegan restaurant around the corner. Yeah, that'll be my lunch. That'll be my reward. Yeah, once I leave the gym, that'll be my reward. Shout out to my man. Yeah, some really good ones down here. I kid you not. Shout out to my man, Tevin. Tevin says, Andre, VYBS Cartel is Jamaican dance hall artist that was incarcerated for 12 years and was finally able to win an appeal and was granted his freedom. Shout out to that dude. That's good to hear. Because I'm telling you, boy, being in jail, locked down, like anytime you do a decade or more, yeah, I'm glad that the guy is free. I'm glad to hear that he's free. Tevin also says this. Shout out to Tevin King once again with the $10. And he says this. He said, for those that are in Theo Wolf's course, just a friendly reminder that class starts 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. on the West Coast, just to let you guys know what time class start. I'm telling you guys, take it. If you are looking, me and Austin was talking about this the other day, and I know I'm being kind of wordy. Austin said, would you open up a bar or a restaurant in Colombia? I said, no. I said, the reason why is because I love my business being mobile. I love the fact no matter what country I go to, as long as I can pop up a laptop and a camera, my business is good. I'm not losing any money. I'm still gaining money. I said, I know a brother that opened up a restaurant here in Colombia, a great restaurant here in Cali. But he had to spend so much time training the manager to know what to look for, then training the team. And then you got to fly back and forth here. It's just, You know, unless you're like flip flop in DR and you're there on a regular basis, that's where you live. I couldn't do the brick and mortar. I couldn't open up a insurance company. I couldn't. It just, you know, it's just not me. Airbnbs, I could see that, but I like having a position that goes with me. Same thing with Theo Wolf and what he's teaching guys. He's teaching you how to make money that you can take as long as you got a laptop and Wi-Fi. Let's go get this money. And that's the cool part about what Theo is doing for guys. So take advantage of it, because I'm telling you something. If you think Theo's going to keep on doing this for life, it ain't going to happen. And you're going to be pissed at yourself for not taking advantage of Theo's classes. That I can tell you. Shout out to my man Christopher in the building as well. Shout out to you, brother. He says, question. He said, what are the choosing? I wish I'd have got this one when Paola was here. He said, what are the choosing signals for women in Colombia? What are the what's the living living like as well, or cost of living? Cost of living is excellent. If you in most major cities, okay, if you're in Medellín, you will need to have an average of $3,000 to $4,000 a month to live how we live in the States. The reason why I said 3, because I know us. We want us a really good spot, right? So I would say 3,000 to 4,000 in Medellín, and you're good. Cali is 40% less, so you can get away with 2,200 and live really good in Cali. If you push it up to 2,500 a month, you're doing really, really good in Cali. So it is also, if I'm not mistaken, in Cartagena, as well as other areas. Now, Bogota, once again, you're looking at, for what we like as Americans, you're looking at about good 3,000 to 4,500 a month. Why the 3,000 to 45, Andre, or 4,000 in Medellín and in Bogota? Because most guys, their first couple of years, you're going to get in a furnished apartment. I'll say that again. Most of you guys, when you come down, when you first come to Colombia to live, you're not getting a unfurnished apartment. You're getting a furnished apartment. Why? Because a furnished apartment allows you to say, if I don't like this area of town, I can move to the other area of town and I don't have to drag a bunch of furniture with me. Until you find the area of town that you say, okay, now I want an unfurnished apartment. Do not come down here to Colombia and get an unfurnished apartment out the gate. Don't do that. Get you a furnished apartment. I don't care if you get an Airbnb lease where you can get it, that lease for months, and tell them, hey, can I get a deal on my Airbnb? A lot of times they do that down here. Can I get a deal on the Airbnb if I pay per month? And you get you a place down here. And then you start looking around the city for an unfurnished apartment on the side of the city that you want to be on. Or the other benefits of having a furnished apartment is you might not want to be in that city anymore. You get a furnished apartment in Medellín, and all of a sudden you go to Bogota one time. You're like, I really like this big city feel. And so now you go to Bogota and get you a furnished apartment. But what if you had bought furniture in Medellín in an unfurnished apartment? You would have had to find a way to lug all that furniture to Bogota, where you really want to be. So get you a furnished apartment when you first get to a city here in Colombia. He said, what are the choosing signals for women? You know them. You'll know them right out the gate. One of the choosing signals is the classic traditional woman. They give you that look. They give you that glaze. They glance, not glaze, but glance. That's one thing. Another thing is that Colombian women, when they're interested in somebody, they aren't shy. But they want you to do the approaching. The other thing is you can feel as we are older dudes, us older dudes can feel the energy of she into me. We don't need necessarily the woman to say it. We could tell she's not into me. She's not into me. She's into me. She's into me. She's not into me. She's into me. When you get older, you can just basically tell who into you, who's not into you. So if you take advantage of it, that's up to you. If you don't, that's up to you. But those choosing signals are definitely there in Colombia. Colombian women do not hide that they're interested in a guy. It's right in your face, man. They will give you that look like, basically they're looking at you like, and a lot of dudes don't approach. Shout out to you for that. That's a good comment. I think we got all the super chats in the cash app. He said, I think I'm going to stay away from Medellín. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. He said the Jedi Yoda mind trick. That's true, Vroom. He said the Jedi Yoda a mind trick, choosing signals, flare up these faces, come and get it with respect. Yep. It's like a dinner bell, like the old, like you watch the Western movies and they got the triangle, ding a ding a ding a ding a ding, dinner time for supper, Paul, ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a ding 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 ding, with the old triangle. Yeah, it's that they're giving the signals. He said you don't know the choosing signals. Yeah, you do know the choosing signals. You'll know. And this is the irony of it. A lot of times we'll sit back and use the term choosing signals, not realizing every woman shows different signals and every man picks up a signal differently. Some men pick up the choosing signal based on how often a woman laughs at a joke that he just told. You like, it ain't even that funny, girl. You laughing at my joke? Or some women give the choosing signal of they start joking with you. Some women just give you a look. Some women come over and ask you to dance. Some women just give you that choosing energy. And if you, this is the funny part. Yeah, shout out to you, Prime One. He said, I'll show him how to catch, he said, I'll show him how to catch. Let me go to Colombia. Yeah. And when you, like I said, in us older guys that are in here, guys over 40, you are old enough to sense the energy of who's into you. I can walk into a place right now and I can tell you whose energy gels with my energy and who doesn't. I could, like that. And if I'm wrong, which is rare, I'm wrong. But yeah. Oh, he said I was talking about the dudes that asked the question. Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah, everything is in it. Absolutely. Shout out to you, Vroom, with that one. Everything is energy, man. You could pick that up, man, like, and I mean fast, dude. You could tell who's in. You could walk into a room full of women and you could tell who's into you, whose energy is into you. You could tell who don't like you. They ain't never said nothing about not liking you, but you can tell who doesn't like you. Read the book by Julius Fast, Body Language. Let me write that one down. You know, I need a new book for the library. Julius Fast, Body Language. Yeah, that gives me a new book to order off Amazon. Usually gets here within 5 days. So yeah. 52 and still going. That's what I'm talking about right there. Shout out to us 50s brothers, man. I'm telling you. All right, guys, let me let you guys go. You enjoy the rest of your day. I'm about to head to the gym and then head to the vegan restaurant because it closes at 4:30. So yeah, I got enough time to hit the gym, come back, take a shower, head to the vegan restaurant. Talk to you guys later. See you guys mañana, tomorrow evening with Andrea on a live stream once again. Right around, we're going to do that one at 7:30, right around 8:30 Eastern, because we don't want to do late. We realize that now we're an hour behind you guys. And so we got to make sure that we do the live streams a little bit earlier on our end. Shout out to you, Detroit.
You better back the fuck up out my face, goddammit. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Don't play with me.
And make sure you guys click that like button on your way out. I'm up out of here. My name is Andre of Andre and Andrea's Love Crossing Borders, man. I appreciate every one of you gentlemen that were here. Talk to you later. Let's drop that. Oh yeah, we got to drop that new drop, don't we? Hey, well, hold up. We got to drop that new drop for you guys. Here we go. You guys didn't get a chance to see it yesterday. Here's the new one today.
Baby, tan lejos y tan cerca, como enero y diciembre. Es que parcha teniendo la misma mente. Tu bebé ponte bien suelta, que sé cómo tú te sientes. Con las ganas de ser mala y decente. En la madrugada te encanta, cuando el bebé tuyo a ti te canta. En la madrugada te encanta, eres exótica como Fanta. En la madrugada, conmigo baby toda la noche. Sé que estás traga, yo también espero que se note. Yeah, baby, presiento que tú eres lo llamado felicidad, que hasta la cama la ponemos a temblar. Tus padres hablan, pero no saben nada más. Lo que tú sientes conmigo, la adrenalina baby dándote casico. Yeah, y pues baby pa' que sigo, si no escuchan lo que digo. Es de nosotros saber cómo va mi amor, tocándonos y sernos de la madrugada. Te encanta, cuando el bebé tuyo a ti te canta. En la madrugada te encanta, eres exótica como Fanta. En la madrugada, tú conmigo baby toda la noche. Sé que estás traga, yo también espero que se note. Yeah. Y espero que se note, vale mucho más que los lingotes. Somos la bichote y el bichote, tu reggaetón puro. Perreamos duro y down, se nota que estoy tragado. Lo vi venir, por y más o menos a las 12. Hay que vivir, hay que sentir, que tú me revives con tu roce. Yeah, baby, cada noche, yeah, al amanecer. Yeah, baby, cada noche. Baby, tan lejos y tan cerca, como enero y diciembre. Es que parcha teniendo la misma mente. Tu bebé ponte bien suelta, que sé cómo tú te sientes. Con las ganas de ser mala y decente.